mic check, 1 2 1 2. This is how we do it.
Yeah.
This is how we do it. We gotta do that
I feel like my shit.
before we
Yeah,
start.
I gotta get closer. Yo, yo, yo. Yeah. This one's always gonna be lower for some reason. I've noticed that, but it's a dynamic mic, so that's probably why. So I gotta learn to talk into this one because that one's so much easier.
What? This one?
Yeah, it picks up everything, but this one, like, you gotta be really up to it, really close and personal. All right.
You gonna say cheese?
What up? What up? What up? This is shit. What's it? I'm like, yo, taking pictures over here before the podcast start.
Gotta start it live.
What up, everybody?
This is history.
History in the making. Got my co-host. What are you? We just gonna call you Danny?
Might as well government name Danny,
Government name Danny in the house,
aka Disky.
aka my producer, one of my first producers in music.
Yep.
When did we meet? Like 2009, right?
I think it was 9.
Yeah, it was.
Either 9 or 7. It's one of those two.
Nah, it's 09 because I joined the National Guards in 2008.
So it had to be.
So then I ended up in your unit, right? That's
Yeah.
how, because we met in drill, right?
No, we met at CSMS. Remember?
When I was doing ADOS,
when
active
you were
duty.
ADOS, yep.
Yeah. For some reason, I thought you were in my unit.
Nah, I was in the maintenance company. You were with Bravo.
Yeah. What was this? The XO in charge of that maintenance. XO, right?
Yeah, I can't
The
remember
officer
who's
in
that,
charge.
so-
I forgot. Because he was in my unit.
Correct.
And then Top was in my unit.
I think everybody at CSMS.
Except for you.
Correct. Almost everybody at CSMS except me and I think Taylor. Taylor wasn't on
Oh, yeah. Taylor was not in our unit either.
because he was in my unit.
And then Kane was in our unit.
Correct.
Because that's how we...
Yep, that's where we woke up. Yeah.
So, Kane had just came to my unit. I think it was a couple months.
Yeah.
And that's when the whole thing happened. Like, I don't want to get into it right now.
Yeah,
but
nah.
yeah, that's how we met.
Yep.
Yeah, because he went and picked me up. And that same day, that's the day he told me about you. And I was like, yeah, fuck it. Like, what else am I going to do?
And I met you and your old roommate.
Taki.
Taki.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember him. Yeah, old roommate. What up? What up? I haven't seen him in years, man. You saw him one time, right?
Yeah, I think right when he got out.
Oh yeah.
And I need to put his business out there.
Out of the army, you know.
Yeah, when he got out the army.
When he got out the army, he was in the same unit as me. Yeah, because I remember I'm the one that put him in there. Like, not literally, but
Correct.
like we were roommates, and I was like, just join the army, bro. Like, the fuck? We were friends before we even became roommates. That's how we became roommates. Like, we met through another friend that I was hanging out with. And then the first night, we were, like, at a hotel party and shit like that. And then, for some reason, he just kept fucking tagging along. Yeah. So then we just became friends and shit. And then I joined the National Guards. And then he was like, yo, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And then I left. And then I came back. And he was like, shit, if you can do it, I can do it
too.
So I was like, man, you should have just said that. We could have done it. Because I think they were doing buddy... I think at the time they were doing a buddy recruit. I think. I don't remember if I'm...
That was that whole, what they call that, when they were getting people money.
Yeah, but if you and your buddy both joined together and graduated together, but I didn't do that. I went by myself. I remember I went to Fort Pickett.
You know it's not Fort Pickett no more.
Where's it going to?
Fort Barfoot.
Man, get out of here, bro.
Yep, just like Fort Lee changed
Barfoot?
Barfoot.
Nah.
Fort Barfoot, they changed the name.
Why?
Confederacy.
So Pickett was like a general or something?
Yep.
And he was in the Confederate side.
Yep.
You learn something new every day, man.
Fort Lee changed.
And that's what we do in this podcast.
AP Hill's about to change.
Oh, yeah, I heard about AP Hills.
Yep, it's going to be Fort Walker.
I thought Fort Hood changed his name too, right?
Fort Hood, Fort Bragg.
What is Fort Hood now?
Man, I think that one's got like a Hispanic name. Can't remember.
Because of the...
Could be, yeah.
I mean...
Could be, yeah.
I mean, you better fucking do something about that shit. 'Cause, God, they found multiple bodies after that, right? Yep. Even buried and like... on their cement and shit like that. Yeah. It's funny because I had just been there.
Yeah.
Like I was like, yo, like I think it was like maybe a couple months after, because I had done an AT training there.
Yeah. Shoot, my son and his wife was both stationed there.
Wow, yeah, like I was literally there like a couple. I want to say 8 to 9 months prior. Not really close in vicinity, but yeah, I was there and I did AT there for like I think it was like 2.5 weeks.
Wow.
And I was like practically by myself. Like I think I had a E3 with me, if I don't remember. Yeah, I think I had an E3. So it was me and him, just us two.
Just chilling.
Yeah, and they gave me a truck because I was an E5, so they gave me a truck, hotel, everything.
So was that like Border Patrol?
Nah, I went to do mechanic work.
Oh, that's
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they sent me to Fort Hood. I was working at a shop. They gave me a truck. He was like, "Here's a truck. Since you have one soldier, you'll be his transportation."
and go.
And go. And then we basically just worked at a shop for like 2 weeks and a half, and then we were getting out like at 3 or 4, so it was pretty good. I mean, we went out, not really far.
You seen the cows?
Yeah, I saw the cows. The highways are weird.
Very, very weird.
Like the exits are fucking weird, and everything's flat, so it's not like you can't see.
It's like every exit has kind of like a U-turn. It seemed like it. Like you got to turn all the way around.
Yeah.
It's very strange.
Not like here where you loop. Like if you take the second exit, you can get back on the highway if you fucking fucked up or some shit. Now this one you got to go all the way out,
yep,
and then make a U-turn and come back all the way to the other side, and then like 4 lanes almost.
Yep.
If I remember correctly, they're like 4 lanes. Yeah, that shit now.
It sucks.
What other base have you been to? Like
Fort Lee, for
been
Bragg, for Benning, of course, for Hood.
Benning's in Missouri?
For Bliss. No, Georgia.
Georgia. Oh, yeah. I haven't been to that one.
Fort Lewis. Well, that one's Lewis McCoy. Korea for Drum. Germany.
Yeah, I think the furthest I've been is Hawaii. Fort Shafter, Fort Willer.
I was supposed to go to Hawaii when I was active duty.
What happened? Have you
As soon as I re-enlisted for Hawaii, I was like, hey, I want to go to college. They was like, okay, that's what's up.
Oh, yeah, go to
And
college.
then they gave me orders to go back to Korea, and I was like,
That's
oh,
right,
hell
because
no.
you were a sergeant when I met you, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was wondering. I was like, I don't remember him being an officer.
Nah,
like,
that was late. That was, that was
So you went from
2012.
E5 to officer?
Yeah, I was the E5 for 11 years. Mine was being held hostage by a AGR, by a full-timer.
Oh, yeah, I remember
So I
you
couldn't get
fighting
promoted.
that.
So as soon as I switched my MOS back to 92 Alpha, I got picked up, but I couldn't take it because I was going through ROTC.
Yeah, for you people that don't know, or the Army, like National Guards is way different than the Army. I'm in the Army Reserves, which is the big component now, and he's in the National Guards, right? I joined the National Guards first, the nasty girls.
Nasty girls.
That's what they call them. But in that National Guards, it's so much harder to get promoted, right? Because they have like not many slots, I guess. Is that?
Yeah, it's not that many slots. I guess there's room for growth, but usually depending on what.
And you can pretty much stay in the same unit for like
correct,
years.
for a long time. But the higher, I guess, you go, the harder it is to get promoted.
Exactly. So you could retire as an E5 or E4, basically. I've never seen somebody E3 maybe, but E4, I've seen.
I know when I first joined, people retiring specialists.
Specialists, yeah.
Like old ass head. Just, man, anyway.
Yeah. See, there's so much there, man. I'm like, nah, I'm good. That's why now in this one, it has its up and down, like advantages and disadvantages, right? So you do have more room to get promoted, but then you have to travel far.
Across the country.
Across the country sometimes. Like you could live in Virginia and they'll send me to a unit all the way in California. And for drill weekends, I would fly to California for 2 days.
Oh, hell no. That's why I couldn't do it. So that's the reason why I got out active duty, not only because I was going back to Korea, but at the time I was with my ex-wife, she was pregnant with my daughter, and I was like, I couldn't go through that whole travel around the country and PCS and I didn't want to put my family through that. So I was like, I'm getting out.
Yeah, that's
Then
a
as soon as I got
lot.
out, I was like, man, I need to get back in. I wasn't making the money that I was making in, like in the army. So,
Yeah, that's a thing I like. Like from my perspective, being active duty when before you're E5 or E4 and below, it's not worth it, man. Like the money, because you remember I was at ADO, I was like getting paid pennies, and I'm like, this ain't worth it.
I remember those days.
Now that I'm at E5, it's a lot better. But I mean, you gotta think about the years in time too, like time
And service, yeah.
and service. So that makes it like if I go active duty now, like I'm making decent money, but even when I do active duty now, I make good money.
Get 'em out.
Like even in the reserves, you make more money. I don't know if in the National Guard is the same, but like for
The same pay. We all get the same pay.
like you get paid like when you do drill, right? You get 2 days for one
Correct. They changed it.
because I thought I was tripping because
Yeah.
it wasn't like that.
It
before,
wasn't
right?
like that. Nah, they changed it.
Because I remember I was like, it seems like I'm getting paid a lot more now than when I joined. Because when I joined, I was like literally like I feel like it was like $40 a day, man.
Yeah, nah, they changed it. They changed it, which was good because it wasn't worth it. Not only that, now you don't get paid. SAD duty was chump change. Now they changed that where you get paid.
Yeah, that and now if you are over 150 miles too, you get DTS.
Yep.
Well, it's not. It's IDTS, right? So you get like a reimbursement for your traveling, like mileage and gas. And if you have to
Well,
fly,
we
they'll
put them
pay
in
for your
hotels
flight.
now, so now you get lodging.
And you get
So
lodging,
you-
right?
We didn't have that before. We have that
yeah,
now. So a lot to change. A lot.
a lot for the better and for the worse too. Like I'm like, because ups and downs. Like now I have to do everything myself. Like we don't have UAs in the reserves. I don't know National Guards, but in the reserves, like we don't have a like per se like UA that does everything. Because before they would do the DTS, they would do your 1380s,
Now you do that
RST
yourself.
forms. Now we do everything.
Yeah, you do that yourself and turn
If
it
you don't
in
do
to your
it-
running NCO, and they'll take care of it.
Yeah, but yeah, that was off topic. Like that's how we start a podcast. So, anyways, this is the show about absolutely everything and nothing. What do you think?
Yep, we were just talking about nothing.
Exactly. That's
We just talked about nothing.
What are your thoughts on that name? Like,
Man, it's an awesome name.
Right?
I kept thinking, I was like, man, this is a good concept.
because that was my problem in coming up with one. Like, I was like
Something unique.
something unique, and I didn't know. I didn't want to like be specific to exactly one. Like, I don't want to be like all music. I don't want to be just one. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want to be categorized. I guess you can say. I don't want to be categorized in like in general. So I was like, and then
Switch it up.
let's switch it up. So and then I didn't even like calling it a podcast. Like that's why I put the show
The show.
because I feel like that's more like it's the show about absolutely everything and nothing. So,
It's still a podcast.
but it's still a podcast.
But it's still a podcast. It's not a podcast, but it's a podcast.
It's not a podcast, but it's a show podcast.
Showcast. It's a
Show
showcast.
podcast. But yeah,
It's a pod
anyways, I am your. I don't even know what name I want to use. Like I got so many names.
Chupaco.
Yeah.
There you go. We can stick with
So that's
Chupaco.
my rapper name though. Like I feel like because I've been using Kunin Shifuku. You've seen that. Like that's my kind of like behind the scenes production wise. Like I've done that for my filming and photography. You know what I'm saying? So Kunish means king in German, and then Shifuku means like happiness in Japanese. So king of happiness.
Sounds
Yeah. So
that sounds awesome. Sounds awesome.
he's like, I don't know, man. I like
But
I know you by Chupaco. So
So it's crazy because prior to meeting you, I always went by Disky for everything. And then
but see, I don't.
you made it comfortable for me just start putting my government name out there. So it's like, you know what? I
Yeah,
don't
because
care.
I'm always like, so I never like, because when I think of D-Ski, I always thought of you and your partner that used to do it with you, because it was
Yeah.
D-Ski Productions and he was in it,
Yeah,
right?
so it was RSR Disky.
Exactly.
RSR
So I
D-Ski.
never got comfortable just saying
Disky. Yeah.
D-Ski, because I was like, I don't know if it's both of them together.
No, just me. So
when
the
we-
RSR is him.
Yeah, so when we do songs, right, and I give him a shout out, it's always like Danny.
Yeah.
Like everything's Danny, like Danny the producer, like Danny
Yeah.
my boy. Like every tag, anytime I would tag him on a song, it would be Danny. So, yeah,
So you changed it. So you made me feel comfortable with my government name.
Danny, aka
Danny
D-Ski.
boy.
Disky Productions. Yeah, man, we've been, how many? I think we made 4 mixtapes, right?
About 4. Let's see. 1, 2. I was it. Yeah, about 4.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's 4 mixtapes.
And we got a few, and a whole bunch of singles here and there.
Yeah, we've done a lot, man. Since 2009, we've been working together. Of course, there's times where I think, elongated periods where we haven't. Yeah. But we always come back together and do music. And this is the reason why I wanted to bring him into this podcast. Because he's always been talking about it. I've always been talking about it. There's a couple times that we said we're going to do it, but then, like, life happens.
Yep.
So then once life happens, it's like...
Yeah, especially if you got a tribe like I do.
Yeah.
I got a big life, so I got to try. So
I had to put his business out there, but the boy gets busy,
It's in my name, Dominican. So.
Hey, Dominicano.
Tú sabes, ya tú sabes.
How do you say, ¿qué lo que?
¿Qué lo que, mi hermano,
Ya
coño?
Hey. I'm not Dominican, so I'm from somewhere else.
Hey, don't be ashamed where you're from.
I'm not ashamed. I haven't been there.
Shoot, I haven't been. You know when was the last time I went to DR? 1995.
I went in 2015.
See, so at least you're more fresher than I am.
Yeah, I think I went to Punta Cana. Yeah, I went to there. I went to a resort, I believe. All right. And I kind of went out to the countryside a little bit, but it was vacation. Like, I didn't really.
I didn't
really go to like the real Dominican.
Correct.
Because it's like a resort. It's like going to fucking Florida or some shit. You're basically inside the whole time. Like, you're not outside. So that's one thing about vacation. Like, sometimes I want to go outside, but then, like...
You need a tour, man. You can't just...
you just can't go
you
out
got to check
there.
in.
Or at least you got to know somebody
Correct.
that lives there and can, like, take
care
of you.
You don't know the neighborhood. You never know.
And you got to have somebody that you trust. You know what I'm saying? Because if you just go with anyone, like, that shit happens. And especially, I'm pretty sure in the Dominican Republic, that shit happens. Just like in PR.
Anywhere. Yeah, it happens anywhere.
In my country as well. Like, look at Mexico.
Yeah.
Like, Mexico touring kind of got fucked up when the cartel started kidnapping people and demanding money. And I'm like, whoa.
Shooting them.
I don't even want to go.
Sister want to sleep with each other.
Yeah, I don't know.
That was some shit. That was that recent, that incident where I think... I don't know if it was the male or the female was getting some kind of work done, and then they got shot up.
Oh,
they got kidnapped.
Yeah. They went and then, like, they were thinking they could just leave, right?
And they got kidnapped.
Did they get killed?
Nah, I think they killed, I think, I can't remember if it was 1 or 2 people that died, but yeah, that was some shit. That's why, hey, if you don't know where you're going, hey, you better check in. Don't go.
Don't go.
Everywhere has its hood.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I think people don't see that, especially if you never lived in the hood or come from the hood or just from, like, the slums or, under living, I guess you could say. Like, where I'm from, you don't want to live there because I don't even want to go back there. Like, fuck that shit. Like, that's why I don't really talk about Guatemala like that because, like, people ask me, like, oh, why do you don't go back? Like, you go back there.
Yeah. Well, that's like everywhere. Like, I'm from New York and... Not that I don't want to go back to New York, but I don't want to go back to New York. I'll visit, but staying, living...
Because you know what it is to live there. Like, people that had never been to New York, they were like, oh, I want to visit New York so bad. Because it's been depicted, and especially if you've never been there or lived there, in the movies, it gets depicted as this grand
place,
desk. It's so nice. But when you get there, like, you could talk about that. Because I'm like... I know when I first went, my first experience was like... kind of like I felt like I was back in my home, cause it's like I felt like I was a New Yorker because I wasn't reacting to shit because I'm used to that shit. I'm like, it's like fucking Guatemala and shit. And then you go and you don't drive because
you can walk anywhere, take the train.
Yeah,
take
you can
the bus.
walk. You can take the
metro.
The metro. Like, I never got on the bus, but I got on the metro.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure the bus experience is different too.
Yeah, I don't like the bus.
Yeah.
I don't like the bus. But yeah, you can go anywhere. Not only that, it's the cultures. So many different cultures over there.
So many different cultures. You turn a corner, it's a completely different culture.
Correct.
Like, it's Little Italy.
Not only that, I was just about to say that. It's so many little towns in New York City, like, people go over there and, like, they they create their own little neighborhood.
Yeah,
you
but
know,
town
so-
within a town within a town, like it's so much, adversity and like, and they say you don't see the same person in one day or in a week.
No, unless you stay in the same neighborhood.
Yeah, unless you stay in the same neighborhood, you know some of them. But other than that, like when you walk around, especially the city, Manhattan, right? Like you don't run into the same. There's so many people.
Yeah. It ain't bad, but it ain't for me anymore. I
That
agree
ain't
with
for
that.
living. Yeah.
Like I'll go visit. I do drive-bys. I go to New York,
What's
say
up?
hi, and I come right back the same day. You know, I do turn and burns.
Yeah, I used to go a lot. Now I'm like, I don't even want to go. Like I used to go for a week or like half a week sometimes, just because my ex, she was from, I think Queens. She was from, so
That's not that far from Brooklyn.
she started taking me, and I was like,
Yeah.
what are you gonna say no? So she would take me like, oh, this is where I grew up and shit. But then I'm like, can we go stay somewhere?
Yeah, it ain't the same, but
I don't want to,
Yeah, it's changed a lot. New York has changed, but it's not for me anymore. I guess I got countrified.
Yeah, I like the country, man. I like Virginia. A lot of people, I don't know. Virginia to me is one of the best states.
It's all right.
You
It's
see,
all right. It's all right.
everybody got their opinion.
Yeah.
Like to me, because
Well, I had bad experience. I had, my first racial encounter. Well, not let me
in
rephrase
Virginia.
my say. No. My second through infinity has been in Virginia because my first was in Kentucky.
Okay, yeah. So see, that's a lot.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I've experienced that, but I didn't think too much of it because I was young too. Like I was like, I came here when I was 9, and I experienced that in school. Like I was like literally most of the time the only Spanish kid here, so they would already like So I just like I knew that shit was coming. Like it wasn't like.
And it's crazy when it comes to being Hispanic, they ought to tell you two things: you're either Puerto Rican or Mexican.
Yeah.
No matter what, are you Puerto Rican? You Mexican? No,
I'm sure you got either black or Puerto Rican,
correct.
right?
Yeah.
Because it's just, but that, me, I'm like Mexican, Salvadorian. I'm like, I've never got Guatemalan. Like nobody would ever, even the Spanish people don't be expecting that shit. Like, oh, you from Guatemala? Like, yeah. Because Guatemalans don't tend to be like, at least my height
Correct.
and my
Yeah,
complexion.
You're kind of tall.
For a Guatemalan, yeah, they tell me that.
You're the Shaq of Guatemala.
I'm average, yeah. Like I'm average here,
But you're above average. Yeah.
In Guatemala, I'm pretty tall. Like
Diamond in the rough.
what up, bitches? Nah, I'm just playing. Yeah, no, they're like same with you. Like Dominicans, is like a little more different too. And then everybody thinks of just Dominicans looking like black, but no, they're like there's white.
Yep, light skin, and there's even Chinese.
Yeah,
Dominican,
there's even now.
Asian Dominicans.
You seen
that caught me off guard, man. The first time I seen one in DR, that caught me off guard.
When you went there,
yeah,
you saw Asian Dominican.
I'm talking in English.
Okay, papi.
And then he was more Dominican than I was. I was like, shit, here's my card. Damn it, my bad.
Yeah, like
if I had to turn it into, he was more Dominican than I was.
That's how I feel. I know because I rarely hear you speak Spanish, but I know when you speak Spanish.
Yeah, it comes out.
It comes out. You're like, yeah, you're not.
Yeah.
Because I've said it in here too. Like I've like now I guess it's a little different, but I know like because I came here like what 3rd grade, so I have no education like in Spanish. Like the highest is 3rd education. I didn't learn grammar, I didn't learn like writing, kind of like I know how to write it, but grammatically correct.
Yeah, I do the same thing too. I be jacking up the words. I be mixing my H's and J's.
Yeah,
my Y's.
And that's another reason I don't have like my accent from my country. Same thing, because I'm like, when I came here, then I like a little bit of background. Like I didn't stay with who I came here, which is my mom, and then I ran away. Like I want to say almost like a year, maybe after I came, I ran away and I ended up in a foster home.
Oh, I've been there.
So
We got a lot in common.
when I was in a foster home, it was a black family. So that's the English I learned. I was like there for like 3 years with them.
And was it in Virginia?
Yeah.
Oh,
So when I speak, sometimes you can like hear it come out of me, like kind of like countryish, English. Like it'll like just come out sometimes. But when I lost my Spanish that I knew because I was like 9 years old, barely any, so I completely stopped speaking it.
You know what's strange? Me being down in Virginia, I'm starting to get like a little country accent, but it's fucking up my English. So now it's
Yeah.
like my Spanish is jacked up already, as
And
it
then my
is.
English is getting
and now
fucked up.
my English is getting jacked up. I don't know if it's the alcohol, it was the smokes. I don't know what it is, but something is just. Or is it just because I don't read no more?
I
I don't know what it
yeah,
is.
to me it's like whoever I'm around with, because I guess that's how because the way I came into the learning English, that's how it was. Like I basically just was to learn it quick. I was like kind of like subconsciously mimicking. So now then whenever I start talking, if I'm around you too much and your accent starts to like rub off, and then I start talking like whoever I'm around with.
Oh man, I'm gonna mess up your
Yeah,
whole
so I'm
lingo
like,
there.
damn. That's how it really be for me. Like I'm just like, and then if I'm like really around country, I'll be start like, y'all, what's up, y'all? And then a bunch of country words.
Yep. I've been getting like that. I had a person tell me recently, you start sounding country. I was like, for real?
For real?
For real?
Pass me that pencil right there. Right there. Like
Right there.
there, I always like fuck that up. Like if I'm speaking natural, I'm like right there. I'm like, what? And it's like there, right there, but sometimes it takes like I said, it depends on who I'm talking to. Like if I'm like at work or talking to somebody that's speaking correct, I guess you could say, like I'll start talking correctly. But if then once I get comfortable, like
So do you have like the whole Hispanic thing where you pluralize everything? Because I'm notorious for that. My kids make fun of me. They be like, Dad, you say underwears.
yeah,
they be laughing at me, making fun of me.
yeah, I do. I do that a lot too. Shit, I mean, it's when you talk in Spanish too, like and you learn because everything, At first, I used to like, I guess separate too. Because in Spanish we separate the masculine and the feminine.
Correct.
In English you don't. So it's like, what?
Unity.
It's just, I don't know. It's weird, but it's a different language. And see, this show, it's about everything, man.
About everything, but talking about absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
Nada, near, nada.
But if you can relate, it's probably everything
Yeah.
to you. Because you're like, yeah, I do that same shit. I go through that same shit, man. So, yeah, man. But what do you want to talk about? Like, what specifically, like, what? Because I know you're into music a lot. So,
Yeah, just, music, you know my past as far as musically, I love doing music. Of course, we all hit the little funk of not making music anymore where not so much that we don't make it, but getting the motivation to do it, And that's why, we haven't synced up in a while. It's just life slows us down. It's like, yes, no, it's kind of like a damn light switch. We on, we off, we on, we off, and it just ding, 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 ding.
yeah, man, that's the thing, man. Like, you go through some shit sometimes, but this is why, like, I feel like our friendship, it's solidified at this point, right?
Yeah.
If you could agree or disagree, but to me, like, I feel like it's solidified because even though we go like months or weeks, sometimes we don't talk to each other, but
We get back like it was
yesterday.
It was just yesterday. Yep.
And that, I think I talked about friendships before, and I'm like, yo, that's the type of friendships you want to find sometimes, because some people, it's just like, even if
Take
you
it personal, be like, oh, you ain't called me, you haven't said nothing, man. I don't fuck with you no more.
yeah, I don't fuck with you.
Hey,
And that's me, and that's another thing. Me and him like have so much in common because we're kind of like pretty much like I said. I found out he's a Taurus, and I'm like, I'm a fucking Taurus.
Yep.
I do the same shit.
Yep.
Sometimes I'm like, man, fuck that shit. Like I don't.
Yeah, we stubborn.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about him, but I worked on my stubbornness, and people tell me all the time, and I'm like, it's not really stubbornness. It's just like we have a limit as to
How much bull we could take.
how much bullshit we take. Like I'm
Before
not
we
gonna,
start hitting back with their bull.
and then I'm like, yeah, because then I start reciprocating the same energy you're giving me, and then I'm like, and then they don't like that shit.
Nope.
But they can, because we are kind of like, we take that shit, and it seems like you're gonna get maybe to them it seems like, oh, I can get one past them, right? But then when we hit back, you gonna feel that
Yep.
shit. Cause I'm like, and then I'm like, we're so truthful, like honest and truthful, like,
We're gonna hit you with the truth, and you're gonna be butthurt.
and then they what they say is you're an asshole.
Yep.
But am I really an asshole?
I know I'm petty. I know I'm
Yeah, that's what
stubborn.
they tell me
Yeah.
that. Like, you're so petty. I'm like, that's not pettiness. Like, I don't think you understand that it took a lot before I got to this point where I even gave verbal warnings. Like, it's not like I didn't say anything either.
Yeah.
Like, I think I said warnings and everything. I advise against certain
Yeah.
things.
Now I say what I feel. I
Exactly.
say what's on my mind. You take it out however you want to take it, and then
So that's why this podcast is gonna be good, because
two bulls.
two bulls. That's not good
Two
for
bulls.
anybody that comes to this. If
Two
have any
bulls gonna
guests-
attack team. Oh, shit. I start
yeah.
seeing red by coincidence.
But that's another thing too. Like I think certain tourists don't like me and you. Without knowing it, we click.
Yeah. It's with the opposite sex. You can't have two tourists being together. That's when you
Are you
can't.
sure? I always wonder if I met a girl that was a tourist and I didn't know, and maybe that was my downfall.
I was married to
Oh, you was married to a tourist?
a tourist. Man, it didn't work out. Man, we bump heads so much. It didn't last. I think we were together, 2 years, me and my ex-wife?
If we want to talk, to me, and now that I'm thinking about it, because I don't even remember the other ones, but I think my worst relationship was with a Scorpio.
A Scorpio?
Yeah. Like, to me, that I remembered too, because I'm trying to remember the other ones, but I can't. I know I dated a Sagittarius, and yeah, she was pretty bad too.
I think for me, as far as dating versus, messing around or, I guess you could say, I don't want to say that. I guess dating compared to long-term relationship, I can't remember the girls that I dated as far as their zodiac sign. But when it came to like relationship-wise, I want to say a Taurus, definitely not good. Taurus and a Taurus, man, we were both trying to be the man of the house. That shit was not working. We were just too dominant. It was just not working. Then a Taurus and a Pisces, it was working well, but it didn't work well.
And I think it's maybe the age that you meet that zodiac sign against, right? Because I know maybe if you met me back in the day, I don't know, I was like a little more
Knucklehead,
wild, and I was like more fuck that I was more like fuck it.
So it's funny you say that, because I said the exact same thing as a young. Like, as an adult, when I say adult, basically older, like past my mid-30s, I'm able to take more bull than when I did as a teenager.
Yeah, because I would pop off a lot quicker.
That was me. Exactly. I literally would just say, nah, it's dead. Nah,
Yeah, I wouldn't even let
you
you.
outbeat, you gone.
That's how I was too. Like, that's why I got in so many fights too. Like, I wouldn't even give you a chance. As soon as I saw that you were coming, like I'm like already swinging or some shit, and I was ready to fight. Like I didn't go look for it, but if it came to me, like I wasn't talking. And I wasn't that one that would like push around and like, we're gonna do something. Nah, like it was.
Oh, that was me. Well, you had to be like that in New York. You told you.
Yeah, well,
fucked up.
yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, you had no time.
Yeah, here I had. Yeah, no, I was
My
like,
dad said, hit first, apologize later.
just like in the military, shoot first, ask questions later.
You hit first, apologize later. And I think, no, I never had to apologize for hitting somebody thinking, no. My spider sense told me, hey, danger. And
That's like, actually, yeah, you bring up a good point. Yeah, I don't think I've ever apologized.
man, I don't think I made
I think
a
the only
mistake.
time I apologized, maybe if like when I was drunk and I did something, maybe then.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I was like,
I don't know, for me.
maybe I don't even remember doing it.
Yeah.
But other than like if sober wise, no. Like you had to come in. Yeah.
I don't think I ever fought drunk. Like, I think the worst that ever happened was I had a few drinks and some dude kept bumping me, And next thing you know,
Oh, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do
I
that.
cracked a Heineken bottle and started swinging. You know, he moved back, and then I had to be held back. But besides that, you know, usually when I drink, I'm around, a lady or something. So
Yeah, same here. Like I think I've maybe this different. Like yeah, back in the day, I was like, yeah, if you bumped into me, it was popping. Like, especially at the club. Like down here at the club, I don't know. I think it's just in general. Like if you're at the club, and it's so different too. Like when you're in the club and you're drinking, and somebody bumps into you, I mean, you already got drinks in you, so
yeah, it's like, oh hell no.
it's gonna
What's
set
that or
something
step
up.
on your shoes?
Yeah.
Those are the two things. Don't step on my shoes. Don't bump me. And now don't get me wrong. You dancing, that's a different story. But nah, that's party foul. Don't commit to that foul.
Party foul, and like back in the day, it was about the shoes, man. The hats, the shoes. Now,
Shoot, I'm trying to get back into the shoes.
yeah, what you be rocking?
Well, today I'm rocking Converse.
Converse.
Yep,
I think.
because it's show enough.
Oh,
Red
yeah.
Converse.
I used to be in shoes. Now I don't. I'm
Yeah,
more. You know what? I'm more into taking care of my feet.
Oh, I do that too. Yeah, you can't. You don't want to show
Like
your
before it-
bunions on a lady. She lift back and be like, oh, what the hell?
Yeah, but
Puñeta.
I think something you don't learn early is like certain shoes can fuck up your feet and boots.
Well, if you wear the wrong size, trying to be
Wrong
too
side. I
big or
mean,
too
I'm
small.
flat footed, so that's always like I didn't take into consideration that I needed like certain type of style, I guess, or like learning that wide and I guess
Yeah.
constricted and shit like that. I'm like, what the fuck? So now mostly I like running shoes, and I like
Now I'm getting back into the whole shoe. I think also my kids. So my son is starting to get into, I guess, the fashion of shoes, and I was looking and it's crazy. So I'm not into like big name brands. Like I don't want Jordans and stuff. I've been
Oh, yeah,
seeing
no,
like
no, no,
some
no, no.
nice Fila, some Converse, some Pumas. I've been seeing some nice shoes. I'm like, man, them things look nice.
You know which shoes I always wanted? I never had a pair, and I'm like now, but I keep forgetting. I think they're called Cortez.
Cortez.
You know what I'm talking about? I think they're the old Nike ones. Let me see if I think that's the name of it, Cortezes. And they were
Shoot.
like classic. They were like the you guys call it something else. We call it flades.
Please.
The Nike. I think you call them low tops.
Oh, kind of like the
The
Air Force
ones,
Max.
The
like
Air Force Ones.
Yeah, like the Air Force One, Air Force Max.
So we call
Air
them-
Force Ones. Yeah.
Yeah,
Air Force
it's
One,
the
yeah.
Air Force Ones. You call them tops from New York.
Yeah,
Tops and lows, right? Something like
yeah.
that.
High tops, low tops.
Yeah. See, here we call them flades.
I never heard of that.
Yeah, the low top flades, the high top flades.
You know what was my favorite sneakers of all time? The Dennis Rodman. The white with the blue patent leather on it, with the laces on the side. That was my favorite shoes of all time. Then my second favorite was the Patrick Ewings, the black ones. Oh, yeah.
The classic ones before the flades. I feel like those were popping. They call them the
You know
Cortez.
what's crazy? Those Nike look like a bootleg Pumas.
Yep,
Because they shaped like Pumas.
that's what it was. But I
They
think
shaped
I don't know
like
if they
Pumas.
did them first or not. But
Are they supposed to be like tennis shoes? They almost look like tennis shoes.
they
And
kind
I'm
of
talking
are.
about like tennis players, not like sneakers.
Yep. A little bit of bowling too.
Yeah, I about to say that. It actually look like some
Yep,
bowling shoes.
a little bit of bowling style in them. So, but these ones are like custom. I'm talking about the old white ones, man. I can't. Because I remember my uncle used to rock them shits, and he used to like buy all kinds, and I was like, man, but at the time I was young, I didn't have money.
Yeah, I'll show you which one.
Once you start getting money, though, you're like, oh shit. Like I would buy every fucking pair of flades. I would buy the low whites, the top, so the low whites black, because it was black and white at 1st. So I would get a pair of the lows in each color and the top ones. And then I would always buy them like every fucking month because you would get creases on them. And that was like, nah, you can't rock them no more. Like after you get creases on them.
Yeah, white shoes. Oh, I used to love white shoes, but of course, someone steps on them, it was a wrap.
Or I mean, you're outside too when you're young, so you're like fucking them up too.
So these are it right here. But they look like these. The only difference is that they have patent leather. I mean, this white part was blue patent leather, but it looks just like that with the laces on the side.
They kind of remind me of the pump pumps.
Those were my favorite shoes ever of all time.
Oh yeah, they look.
But like I said, right here is blue patent leather, the one that
So is that like
I
Velcro or is that a zipper?
No, so right there, that this part is Velcro, but these are the laces right there.
Oh, so the
I
laces
thought
are on the side.
On the side, it was the most tight shoes I ever had. Then I joined the army. Next thing you know, I see a picture of my brother with it. Never seen him again. I was so mad.
Oh, he took them shit.
Yeah, he got me for my shoes, man.
Don't you hate that? My brother used to do the same shit.
Went to the
Where
military.
you,
took
well,
my
you know
shit.
the one I'm talking
Yeah.
about. Alex, man, that motherfucker used to take like it. I guess just being
a sibling
It's a
thing,
sibling
yeah.
thing. Take your older brothers, and wear their shit too.
Yep.
We used to I used to fucking get mad. He would always wear my shit. I'm like, God damn.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that just happens, siblings, man. But I hated that shit. I'm like, why you wearing my shirt, man? Why? And he would take a picture too. They try to show off with your shit too. Like,
Yeah, he's always been like that, because he did it to I think he did it worse to my other brother than he did to me. Because he
I guess
he
it was
didn't do it to me
closer.
until I left. Once I left, then he was like, oh shit, he left this behind.
Let me use it.
Let me
put
use
on.
it. Shoot, let me keep it because I ain't see him again.
Damn.
Yeah, he jacked me for my shit. But, hey,
That's what happens with brothers, man. I'm like, now I'm like,
yeah.
now all my shit in my closet. Nobody uses my shit.
So I guess what's your thoughts in, I guess, the state of reggaeton? Like how it's shifting to turn like popish.
Honestly, I hate that shit.
Yeah, turn popish then.
I never I stopped fucking with reggaeton. I think the only one I fuck with is Don Omar still.
Mm-hmm.
But then even him, he's like kind of like But Don
But
Omar
you-
just been versatile.
Yeah, you know what? So I listened, talking about him, so I listened to
The album.
the album. And it's a tight album.
I
That
like-
album
yeah.
is tight. The only song that I don't like is the one with Little John. That's the only one that I don't like. And maybe I just gotta listen to it.
I think I'm with it too.
That's the only one. Like, but
Yeah.
besides that, every other song, like Cariñito, that's my favorite one right there. 'Cause
Okay,
the
yeah, we're on the same
melody,
page.
The melody, the message that he putting out, the lyrics, everything. I was like, man, I could relate. Like plus that when it comes to, I guess, like I like making like hip hop beat, reggae beat, different genre. But R&B is always like anything melodic. That's what I like. Even if it's hip hop, if it has a little melody on it, I just love it. But that joint right there is just. I think I had it on repeat. I went for a walk this morning, for a 6-mile walk,
The Cariñito one.
and I just over and over and over and over and over. I was like, man, this joint is hot.
Yeah, so I fucks with mostly all of them except for the one you said with
The Little John one.
and at first it was kind of like different. The Flow Hijueputa, the one with Residente. So I think that's one of the first ones that came out because that's been out.
Yeah.
And I liked it by itself in the beginning, but now I can't I don't want to. I don't
'Cause
want to
you
go
got-
back and listen to it.
Yeah, because you've been listening to so much. You got, I guess, flooded with it. So.
But that, and I don't think it goes in the album. I don't think
But
it
the
goes
way,
with the flow.
so the album is it's so mixed. But the way he started that album, all I kept thinking was, it reminded me of you.
Yeah,
Like,
'cause he
literally,
completely
it was,
different, right?
He started so hard, like it was so hard the way the whole guitar thing, Lo Mate at the beginning. Then he comes back in, and then which is a different style, but still,
Which is what you did in the second one.
I think so. I think it was the second one.
Yeah, where you play something like that, and I was like, yep.
And I was like, man, this is tight. Like, man, it was like, it made me want to sample so bad listening to that. I was like, man, I could chop this. I could do this with it. I could do that with it. I was like, man.
I
my
wanted
mind
to
was
I wanted to
everywhere.
get all the instrumentals and fucking do something to them.
Yeah.
Because that's what I used to do back. Like, I used to fucking as soon as I used to listen to an album and I fuck with the beat, I would download the instrumentals. But now it's so fucking hard to get the instrumentals too.
Yeah, because they ain't doing it no more.
Nah, not even. They don't.
They ain't
release
releasing
them,
it anymore. Yeah,
and
they
it's
ain't releasing it anymore.
copyrighted so much.
Yeah, it's not being released. Well, I guess they don't want people, coming out. But once the song becomes a hit, then they release it.
But even when they release it, so copyrighted, like you really
Yeah.
can't do anything to it sometimes. And I remember the thing that I missed the most is that little space they used to leave. You remember that?
Correct. That what is it, about like 15, 20 second space where they
'Cause that was for
playing the
pro-
instruments.
For producers, that was heaven because
and for DJ too.
yeah,
That was DJ heaven.
because
right
you
there.
could mix and then you could loop that bitch and recreate the whole beat and then add your flavor to it. I used to love that shit too because there wasn't an instrumental, but you would just loop that
loop
bitch.
it and you got a track right there. Yeah.
Because I don't know if you remember the one track I did, Sakala. That's how I did it. Like when it came out, there was no instrumental, but at the end they left that little bit of space
enough for you to recreate.
So then I just looped that part and I did 2 verses and then I mixed in their hook with that, and that's how I did it. I was like, yeah, but now it's like,
yeah, no, that's tough.
now you really got to do your own shit, like,
Yeah, it's tough.
or you just go back. Like I'll do some instrumentals too, but
See, my only thing with sampling, that's why I try not to sample, is because one, of course, when it's time to release something, you got to get permission and you don't want to get sued and stuff like that. But then I'm like, man, my mind is so, like, I'm getting so much creativity that I need to do something and put it out there, even if it comes out on a mixtape, so, like I really tried not to, but lately my mind's like, man, I need to take that. I need to chop it up. I need to do something with it. But I think I'm gonna get back into sampling. Just even if I use it
practice, yeah.
Well, it's not so much practice. It's like I ain't got money to pay no artist. Be like, hey, I want.
Not even that, man. Because sometimes they really don't give a fuck at the beginning. Because you know what I'm saying. But if your shit blows up, that's when they give a fuck.
Yeah.
And now they want to. Because look at all the songs that have blown up. And because of that, they have taken them to court, and I'm like, nah.
Because that's what they do. They wait for it to blow up.
Yeah,
and
like
then-
if
then
it
they
doesn't
sue
blow
you.
up, we don't
Nah,
care.
they'll leave you alone. Yeah, but if you see all the songs that, like almost every song that's out, I can't say every, but a lot of songs that is out, is nothing but remake of the current songs, like the last
And that's why I'm
10
not.
years or less. It's like they ain't even going back. These jokers are sampling new Jones.
That's why I'm not fucking with the reggaeton, because that's all that shit is. Like, so, what's your favorite reggaeton artist out of all time?
Don't you see now?
Okay, he don't make music anymore like
No.
that. What about right now? Yeah, you see?
Yeah, right now it's like, the only reason I like Bad Bunny because he wrestled and I like wrestling. But, he got all right. But, yeah, I'm not too...
Yeah, but
They don't-
he went away from it too.
Yeah, it's too poppy.
Like I like
poppers.
when Bad Bunny came out, I fucks with the first when he started coming out. But now it doesn't hit me no more. Like
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's too popish.
and it sounds pretty much the same too. Like every other fucking song he makes, pretty much the same. He just changed maybe the lyrics.
I thought it was just because I was getting old.
Nah, fuck that.
I was getting old, so it's like, hey, the music's changed. When you get old, you be like, turn that daggone shit out.
I think it's sometimes too is how you listen to it, man. Because sometimes like it doesn't hit. If you listen to it on your like headphones or your phone, it doesn't hit. And sometimes some songs hit, and they hit you like if you're at the club or in the car, they hit different. Like I
Yeah.
think to the experience and the situation you're in at that moment. So
Yeah, so that's why when I make a beat, I usually listen in the car. I listen in the speaker. I listen when I say in the speaker, like let's say a little Bluetooth. I listen to it on the radio. I listen to it on my headset. Just to get the different point because you're right. It hits different. Sometimes a bass may hit good hard here, and then it sound like crap somewhere else. And yeah, that's how I base my whole production, testing it out everywhere. Just
yeah, no, it's so different now, man. Like I like listen to a lot of old school because I just can't get into the new one. So when he dropped this album, I was like, oh shit! I've been waiting because I follow him, and he's been saying he's gonna come back. He's trying to do the whole, and I'm like,
Yeah,
finally.
when you hit me up with it, I was like, let me check it out, because I gave up a long time ago. Like I haven't.
You're like, I
listened
don't
to,
know, I don't know.
Like I still listen to the classic, Blagero and stuff like that. But like yeah, I gave up. Not only that, it's hard too being down here in Virginia. So like I'm not in the Spanish scene like I was in New York. In New York, you gonna hear it. You got radio
yeah, 'cause-
station.
yeah, you hear it everywhere.
You hear
I mean,
it
you got
everywhere
you
down
got
here.
taxis, you got the bus, you got wherever you go.
Yeah, and radio station down here. You don't, even though they got that AM station. No, they got a FM. That plays different music. Like old types of.
You talking about the Spanish one?
The Spanish one, yeah, but
The-
once in a blue moon you hear a reggaeton
Is
on
it a
it.
1320 or 1380?
Nah, it's right after, like, I want to say right before like 94.5. It's like after
Oh, you talking about FM?
FM. So it's after 92.1, but before 94.5.
I think they are the same. They just
But
what do you hear? Like, is there like a DJ in there or something?
nah, they just play music.
Oh, they
silent.
just play music.
Yeah, they play music. Yeah. So
okay.
once in a while, I'll tune in because, of course, if
Have
you
you
get
ever
tired-
heard was Anthony Bachata
Yes.
in there?
No.
Because
No.
I think he'd be playing his music.
It might be.
Because we did it. I remember going to an interview with him.
Yeah.
Did you see the interview?
I did. Yep, I did. Because when you said you recorded, I was like, oh, let me check it out.
Yeah, like
Yeah, I
so
did.
we went to the Spanish station downtown, the local one. So I was wondering maybe that was the one.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm so far. That's the
I
only thing
want
I
to
miss about
invite
New
you
York.
since you're here. He has a show,
When?
kind of like not like a show, but he's gonna
Perform?
do like,
You gonna
yeah.
perform?
But I'm gonna be there too if you want. We can do something.
No, that's what's up. When?
It's Sunday the 2nd, July 2nd.
Oh, so that's right before 4th of July. I just got to check. Because the crazy thing is, so I like to support artists. And every time when artists come out, I got drill. Every single time, never fails, I have drill.
Yeah.
I have a drill every single time. And I'm like, man.
Yeah. No.
So I get to miss out on my friends. I'm like, damn, I feel
Yeah.
bad.
So
I can't
July
support.
2nd is a Sunday.
Yeah. Hopefully I ain't got drill, so I'll be able to check. I ain't got my drill schedule on me, but I'll be able to check.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just can't be too much in detail.
No, that's what
yeah.
I'm saying. Yeah, no, like I'm like thinking about that shit now. Like I'm like, I went through some shit like that. So you know what I'm saying. I think with Taki, like right, like he would always come like, "Yo, you hit this already?" I'm like, what? Nah.
You got to check, man. You just got to check. You don't want to. You don't want to have a. What's the
it
word?
called? Eskimo brothers.
Yeah, you don't want to. You don't want to be Eskimo brothers. You don't want to. And that's why I even broke up with girls because find out they messed with somebody. I just can't.
That's me too. Like if I know who you fuck with, and I don't, you know what I'm saying? I find you disgusting after that. Like I can't even fucking look at you. Like it could be like the.
So what would happen if like your wife would be like, "Hey, I messed with, I don't know, Tito, and he's your boy like long time ago before." How would that hit?
That would hit like.
So you know what's crazy for me? Depending on the timeline, it won't bother me.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
Depending on
yeah,
it wouldn't.
If you put it that way,
But
yes.
if it's a family member, I don't care when. It could be 20 years from now.
Yeah, that's like if my brother hits something or I hit something and then he fucks with it too. Like, no, like, what are we doing? Like,
Yeah. But if I were to know, like an example, let's say by coincidence, like I would meet a girl tomorrow, and let's say we we get serious and everything like that. We could even get married, whatever. And then, like, let's say 10 years from now, you come over to do music. She like start acting all awkward. The silence, you like, man,
I don't know, man. Shit.
I mess with your Paco. Like, what? Wait.
A win.
Like, because the thing about it is, like, I'm not the type to ask. I don't like asking, like, detail. Like,
yeah,
I don't want to. I don't
like,
want to know.
I don't want to know. I don't
I don't want to. I don't want to know the Kelly Blue Book. You know.
Same here. Like, I don't really want to know the Kelly Blue Book because to me, like, I'm like, okay, we're doing this presently. Your past shouldn't matter.
Correct.
I guess to an extent.
Yeah.
Like, unless the Kelly Blue Book is bringing something along,
Yeah.
which that has happened.
Yeah.
So that was one of my relationships that happened. Like, the Kelly Blue Book was still around.
Oh yeah, no.
So then that's why I was like, well, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because then we started a relationship and secretly, like, she was still married to the Kelly Blue Book.
Yeah, no, that's even worse.
Right? So I'm like, you couldn't
that's
fucking, when we got to the point where we were going to get serious and we moved in together and shit, you couldn't just be like, hey, by the way, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So sometimes you do got to check the Kelly Blue Book.
So it's funny you say that because that story. So mine was a little in reverse. Where remember I told you the story about the Heineken bottle.
Yep.
So it turned out that was the man, and I was the side piece, and I didn't even know I was the side piece.
Yeah, that's another
That
thing.
was the bad part. Like, well, wait a minute, what the hell is this? I didn't know that I was the side piece, and then it hit very hard.
That's
hard.
That's the topic, right? So sometimes you don't even know you're the side piece, man. I think that's that. What do you think? Is that worse than being the main or like if you don't know you're the side piece?
My thing is if it's communicated, I don't think it would be a problem.
But
it's
that's what I'm saying.
communicated.
I'm saying you don't know, so
But if you
it wasn't
don't,
communicated.
that's a problem. So when it's not communicating, you don't know. You thinking you're the main, you know.
Well, not even the main, but because sometimes you don't want to be the main, right? You're like maybe just like something like
a fling.
like a fling, but you're a side piece.
Yeah.
But you don't know you're the side piece because to you it's still like it's sort of like a fling, but then it changes your mind if you find out that you're actually a side piece.
It does because it's like, oh shit! Now you gotta know your role. Now you know you got to step back.
No,
You
not
gotta
even
wait.
that. Like I go deeper than that. Then I start thinking like, well,
Who else is side piece?
No, but you're still fucking that too. So now you're fucking that and then coming to fuck me. Because when it's a fling and we know we're both single, it's different. Like I know it's still like I'm the only one hitting it.
Yeah.
Right? But if I'm a side piece and you're still with the main piece.
Like I said, I think it depends if you know your role. Because, an example, if you're the side piece, basically if you're messing with someone, you know you ain't going raw. Well, at least you shouldn't be going raw.
That's what I'm saying.
So, but if you
But
go
if
raw,
you
it's a
don't
problem.
know, yeah, but if you don't know,
No, and I understand because like, there's certain things you ain't gonna want to do because you ain't gonna want to go down on a girl that's that's getting dick down and you're like, yo, like what the hell?
I don't think you want to go down on a girl at the beginning either. Like when you meet somebody, unless I
don't know. I'm Dominican. Fuck that.
Usted come mangú.
Con mangú, sancocho. ¿Tú sabes?
Yeah, tú sabes.
Yeah, that, hey.
I mean, I don't know. To me, I guess because I'm a little germaphobe, I guess.
No, it's not like an example. That's any girl. It could be whether it's your main girl or you married. If you go to the club, y'all come from the club.
Oh.
You can't just go ahead and and eat a slice of pie.
Nah, baby.
You see what I'm saying?
You turn that shower on.
Let's shower up a little. This is the time,
Yep.
You ain't gonna want to eat the grocery. Find out she just took a shit.
Yeah, you don't want to eat the groceries when it's been in the car.
Yeah,
in the
just
car trunk.
Marinating.
Just marinating in the heat.
Hell
nah.
So that's what I'm saying. So back to what you were saying. So,
but that's something we don't think about, right? Because I'm pretty sure we've both done it. Like because when you're so you're at the club and you get drunk and you don't think about that shit.
No, but you smell
and when
it.
you're young too. Yeah, but sometimes you're so drunk, like
no, you still smell it.
You still smell it.
I
guess I have never experienced.
So I've never been to the
because
point.
I've always been to like as soon as I get to the house, I'm showering.
Yeah, that's me. I like to shower, before, especially if it's gonna get. Intimate.
Yeah, I'm just
like
saying.
coming from the club. Hey, let's wash.
Oh
up,
yeah, I'm definitely.
You don't want to be.
I don't care if it
you're
kills
that
the mood
dirty
or not,
bitch.
because my mood is not going to get killed.
Yeah.
Like I'm still hopping in the shower. Like I'm like.
Oh, my mood could get killed if that joint ain't right.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't care.
That bacalao
I don't
start
care
hitting.
because of me taking a shower. I'm still taking a shower.
Yeah.
And I'm making her take a shower. Like nah, you gotta take a shower.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like so if you know she's with a side, if you know.
You're the side piece.
You're the side piece or main or whatever the case may be. You don't want to, You don't want to be the cleanup man. You ain't trying to.
Hell no,
You don't want to be the cleanup man. You know, even though there's some nasty people out there like that.
Oh, there's a lot of nasty people out there
Yeah,
that do that
but-
shit, man.
I ain't no cleanup man.
I know a couple of them, but I ain't no snitch.
They know who they are.
Yeah, you know who you are. You nasty mother.
They know who they are. But just
Yeah,
that hits hard.
Yeah. Like I remember, I found out. Like I was dating this one girl. We didn't date for long, but I hit it and it was all right. But then like we broke up because her bullshit with her friends and shit like that. So short story, like we kind of like broke up, and then like it hadn't been a while, but then she was trying to hook up again. But then so I don't know how the conversation even came up, but somehow she told me who she hooked up with, and I wasn't friends with the dude, but I knew who the dude was. I just like I was like, the fuck?
Yeah.
Like,
So that's another thing. So like an example, if you know, like let's say if a girl was to tell you you about to mess with a girl, and she was to tell you she messed with a nasty dude, you be like, oh no, I can't go after that.
hell no.
I can't go after that.
Not after that. That's what I'm saying. And then like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't care how good looking you are, or you could be like fucking a dime and shit. I'm like, nah.
Nah.
It's a turn off. Like at that point, it's a turn off. It's not even looks. Because I mean, to me, I'm to a point where it's like looks. It's not like the whole.
Yeah, that's me. It's not about the look. I guess you could say it's the inner beauty,
To me, it's chemistry, energy,
that's definitely a plus.
right?
Yeah, because I could feel the energy. It's like
If the
it's
energy,
strange,
yeah,
but
if you meet somebody like and the energy synchronizes as you're meeting them, that's like maybe like and then that turns into in your perspective beauty
yeah.
because that's what they say, right? Beauty's in the eye
eye
of the
of the
beholder.
beholder,
So to some people, because I think I've had my, I guess you could say questionable ones.
Oh, you had like Shadow Hal.
I probably, yeah. Because I've never been shallow
Yeah.
per se, but the energy was kind of there, like, I guess.
So you said you messed with a one.
Nah,
Is that the lowest
I
you
wouldn't
went?
say a one.
Is that the lowest you gone? What's the lowest you gone? What's the lowest you gone?
I want to say a 5.
A 5?
Yeah.
So a 5 in your eyes. To somebody else, that probably would have been like a 2.
No. I got standards too. Fuck that. Nah. No, yeah. At 5, maybe 4 to them.
I think the lowest I've gone probably was a 3. A 3.
But, okay, so, I mean, because it's so different, right? Because it could be body type or face type. Because some of them don't, you know what I'm saying, butterface.
Yeah.
You know, everything good.
I'm saying universal. I'm saying like a total package.
In general.
Yeah, total package.
Yeah. I want to say
Yeah,
a
total
5 or
package.
4.
Well, I guess when I say total package, take out their inner beauty, their likeness. I'm just talking, I guess, attraction wise, whether it's butt, boobs, face. I guess physical attraction, a 3 was the lowest. Now I've been with a girl that probably was a 10, but was the most ugliest person inside. It was like literally the most prettiest girl I ever dated or messed with, because we ain't dated, was the ugliest person inside. Like I couldn't be married to this chick. She was just straight attitude,
I got
just
a couple
like
of them.
shit don't stink, like pinky up, like nope. Nope. Pa'l carajo, te va. Nope. I just couldn't.
I've had that, but sometimes it's like, I know it got to a point where I was just like, I was the piece of meat instead of like.
Well, we tourists, so we please her.
Exactly.
That's what we do. We just please her.
Yeah,
So.
man, because that's my experience. Like, my experience has never been like I go after.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know you had that. Like, it's like they come after us, and then it's like, we're the fucking piece of meat and shit. And it's like, hey, relax. And sometimes it's like a fucking, I guess like a trophy for them, like because they got to sleep with you or some shit like that. Like, but that I think that's another thing, because I don't like seeing. Like, I'm just like, sometimes like if your attitude is fucking disgusting, or you think you stuck up, like I don't care how pretty everybody thinks you are, like I'm not gonna.
That's how it was for me. Which by coincidence, like I said, the most prettiest girl I ever messed with was the most ugliest person inside. Like it was just,
And that
I
was-
couldn't. I don't need a trophy wife.
That's
I
my
don't need-
that's my relationship with the Scorpio one. So I'm just gonna use zodiac signs to name them, right? The Scorpio one was like that. Like yeah, a lot of people is like, oh, you dating a model. I'm like, yeah, I'm dating a demon. Like it's a fucking demon. Like fucking brutal, man. Like
I need to think about mess with a Scorpio. I just can't. I don't think I did.
and now that you're hearing it, you're
Yeah,
like,
I might have to like.
Now you
sit
gotta-
down.
now-
Did I ever mess with a Scorpio?
because that's even now, right? So now that's the like, I don't know because I'm pretty sure we're almost in the same boat because I'm not fucking out there dating anymore.
Correct.
But if I were to date at this age now, like I kind of like I gotta know like what's your zodiac sign? Because now it's like I have a little more experience of like kind of like see the red flags, I guess you could say. Because now they say red flags too, right?
Yeah.
Like even though you know the red flags, you're still gonna go there.
See, for me, I could sense it. So I could sense.
Yeah.
I could sense that,
I think
the way
before
they
we
are.
could, we just ignore them.
Yeah, now I'm more in keen or more, tune in to my sensor, whether it's spirit guide, whatever it is, it's something is like, hey, time out. Hey,
Like you could sense the energy and where they're coming from
yep.
and what they actually want. I think we get to a certain age, especially us. I'm just talking from my experience and I guess yours a little bit because we're kind of the same in as far as the zodiac sign, right? Like I know, I'm like I can read energy, like.
Yeah, that's me.
Like as soon as you walk in, that's why they were like, "Man, you're always so quiet when you meet people." Because like, I'm not gonna fucking just put my energy out there. Like I'm gonna, they told me I look stuck up. Like I look stuck up. What else they told me? Like I look like an asshole. I got the what's the bitch resting face. I look mean. I look mad. Like I look like I'm like, what the fuck am I smiling about? Like I don't know you, so I'm not gonna just fucking
So
smile.
it's funny. I used to be like that, but I'm
But
not
now
like
you're
that.
because you don't come off that way. I think I come off that way more.
Yeah, I used to be like that. I'm not like that no more.
Yeah, because you come off more friendly than me.
Yeah, but I wasn't like that before. I was an ass. Like, I don't want to say so much an ass because when it came to my family, I was always like this. But when it came to stranger, I was short. Maybe it was just because of what I was going through, but I was short. I fight a lot, and I was different. I was very, very different. Maybe it was just the New York in me. Like,
think
yo, what the fuck you looking at, son? Like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, some part correlates with being your zodiac sign, and other parts it's just your upbringing,
Yeah.
right? Because me, I've always been like that. I've always been like, I guess, protective over my energy
Yeah.
because I've always had to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I grew up in the streets
Yeah.
till I was 9. So I never had my mom. I never had my dad. So I didn't have like, kind of like a family upbringing.
Yeah.
It was always me trying to survive. So then I get here, and it's like survival mode again, but in a different
Yeah.
capacity. And now it's like I never really could like. I never built that to be able to trust people until like now that I'm grown up and now that I'm like more intellectual.
Yeah.
And could like understand the world and life better. Now I'm like, I could actually.
So I guess since you were talking about signs, so I guess what's your compatible sign currently right now?
Right now, Leo.
Leo?
Which is weird because I've like fucking like they're assholes too. They're like kind of like the Taurus.
Oh.
Yeah, they're like because I get into it with my partner. Like she's a Leo and I'm like we're like fucking. We don't agree on everything and we what I'm saying, we can go at it, but there's that. I guess there's that compromise.
Yeah.
Where we kind of like, okay, but we still, I still love you, But with the other ones, zodiac signs, it's just like a Scorpio, I could never like. I think with her, it was more like it was a sexual thing.
Yeah.
Because I think that's when it's toxic. It's toxic is more like sexual
Straight.
shit.
That's how it was for me with a Capricorn. It was just
I think I
the
did.
relationship was just strictly sexual as far as everything else. It was like we fought so much time, like we argue a lot,
And everything was makeup sex.
and literally everything was. That's what it was. It was makeup
That's
sex.
and
you
that's
know?
that's where we didn't know to get out of the fucking cycle, right? Because that's what it was for me. It was like makeup sex, and then we didn't really solve the issue or the problem.
Yep.
It's like we cover it up with sex. So we would fight, and then we would just end up, having sex, and then we're good.
Yep.
But
And
then
back.
the problem never went away.
Nope.
There was never a solution. We never resolved it, and it was always there. So it was just like a bomb waiting to blow up
Yep.
every time. Any situation, we would be good for a couple of days, and then as soon as the situation arises, we were around other
Back to the
people,
same thing.
back to the same shit. And then I got to a point where I was like mimicking the same shit, and I'm like, this is not me. That's why I was like, I have to get out of this relationship. And I tried to break up with her so many, and I did, but then like she started stalking me. Like they get to a point where they start stalking you, and then I'm like, I like changed my phone number.
I kind of wish I knew what sign, because I can't remember what sign.
The one that stalked?
the
You got a
one that
stalker
stalked-
too?
I had a stalker. Oh man, it was bad. That thing led right into the relationship between me and my ex-wife, and she couldn't believe that someone stalked me. She was like, "What you did to her?
Exactly, and then
Like,
that's the same fucking question you get asked. What did you
What
do?
did you do?" I'm like, "I ain't do nothing."
Why
Like,
does it have to be me?
Yeah, she was.
I'm not the one stalking. Why?
I called it quits, and she still wanted to be around. It was
Exactly.
just-
Where I didn't stalk anybody, so why am I being accused of? Why has it got to be me? Like it's not always. It's not the stalkee. It's the stalker that got the issue.
Yeah. That was. I wish I would have known. I can't remember at all. I don't.
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes I do want to remember like what.
Yeah, so you could use kind of like
As
a
a
warning
reference.
sign.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
like,
a
hey, wait a
reference.
minute, stay away.
Wait a minute, I don't have a good repertoire
No.
with this. This what? You're a Cancer? No. What? I can't even be around you. Have you
that's
seen the
what-
TikTok where this guy goes around? He's like, hey, "What's your zodiac sign?" And they answer, and it doesn't matter what. He's like, "No, I could never." And
That's
he
his
walks
thing? I'm
away.
about to look at that.
Yeah.
Look for that, yeah.
Yeah, he goes around and asks women, and he's like, "Hey, what's your zodiac sign?" And they answer, but like it doesn't matter which one.
What
they
it
say.
is, for him, he can't.
And then he was like, "Oh, I could never." And then they were like, "What you mean?" Like they were like, "What you mean?" I'm like, "No, I could never." Like, no, y'all
I
toxic.
haven't seen
like,
that, yeah.
Yeah, it's this one guy. He does the thing too where he goes up to like celebrities at a bar.
Mm-hmm.
He starts ordering a whole bunch of stuff. And he's like, and yeah, put it on his tab. And they look at him like, nah, bro. But I think he's like, he knows them,
Yeah.
He's got to be part of the background industry
Correct.
and shit. But, this TikTokers are getting out of hand. Like, and pranksters, they're getting out of hand.
Oh, shoot. You remember that big one that used to, like, snatch cigarettes or people, slap cigarettes on people's mouth?
And then
Tyrone.
Yeah, Tyrone.
Yeah, he got shot in Texas from us doing a
He got
prank.
shot?
Yeah, he got shot. Yeah,
Like
you could-
shot
you-
at and like really?
Like, really, really shot. He got shot, almost died.
Because he would say some disrespectful shit.
Very
No, he
disrespectful.
said, and I'm here to.
Fuck your wife.
Mama,
yeah.
your
Oh, yeah,
wife.
Your wife.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now
your
you're-
girl. Yeah, he used to say some
He's like, I'm Tyrone.
smack the taste. The taste out of people.
I think the most annoying one I have seen is that little Spanish kid that goes around Chupapi Muñeño. That I find him so fucking annoying. Like the shit that he does, and it's like, what the fuck? Like I'm sometimes not. I don't know why, but I'm like, man, somebody should beat this ass.
I'm trying to think if there is one that I just can't stand. I don't know. I guess because I don't watch them like that. Once in a while somebody will post something and I'll see it, but I'm not on it like that. When I do, is kind of like, and it's crazy because you know how we sense energy through when we're around people. I kind of sense it too, like.
When you see things,
When I see things like on social media and stuff, so sometimes I feel like someone is feeling down or something, and I'll post like some funny stuff on it. So that's why if you see my Facebook page, like that's nothing but I
memes?
post.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I do. I don't post. I might.
I
Post
see
a little-
that shit.
I don't post no family stuff.
I'm
I
like
just,
laughing at half of your shit.
yeah,
like,
that's
half
what I
of
do.
your-
Just put
Yep.
make people laugh or smile, feel good. I guess. Yeah, that's what I do. But
Yeah, I be laughing like half of your shit. I'm like, no, damn. That shit, I always find your shit funny, and then like I can relate. Like that's how I be feeling too and shit. I be like, yeah, that shit makes sense. Like, fuck that.
I know some people hit me up talking about, man, you getting carried away with the Baby Yodas.
I think that's one of the reasons I started posting, and not even that. I blocked a lot of people that used to do that shit to me. Like, this is my page.
Yeah. Now the worst is when they ask you about your situation. They're like, oh, I haven't seen your wife on. Like, what's going on? Like, literally, they'll hit me up. I'm like, why don't you ask
None of
her?
your fucking
like,
business.
like, damn. People, oh my Kool-Aid, don't even know the flavor.
I think that's why I come off as an asshole now because I don't even put up with that shit. Don't ask me about that.
Yeah.
Like I
See,
don't want to talk about it. Like,
well, since she got off of Facebook, you know, people don't see pictures. Well, those pictures that was on my Facebook, like I didn't post. I was tagged on it. You know, she would post the pictures. Like I wouldn't post family pictures. I don't know. I just don't feel like people don't need to be in my business.
I think it's just us, man. I do the same shit. Like I don't like. I post when I feel comfortable. Even in my social media, you don't see like. I don't really put it out there because like. And who cares? Like I know what my relationship is like. Yeah. It doesn't. I don't need your validation. Like I know exactly what my relationship is going through. Like whether it's good or bad.
Correct.
Like now, if I put it out there, then that's open to your. You know.
That's one thing I hate too when people go in there and just post like literally just break down. Oh, this and that. Next, you know, they work it out and be like, damn. Now he or she is back in the life.
I feel like I feel like I was like that like when I was young because I would say like that phrase they say where I used to wear my heart on my sleeve, and I think it was MySpace, the MySpace era. You know, I would get on them like, man, I just broke up with my girl, some shit like that.
Man, I remember the MySpace era. That's when everybody was a rapper.
Everybody
had a music career. Hey,
yeah.
Everybody had a music career in MySpace. Oh man, it's crazy how technology just changed just like that in an instant. Because I remember my aunt having a computer. I'm like, what the hell is that? You know, and I ain't talking about like the school where you play Asteroid. You know, like it wasn't like that black and white big old box. She had like an actual computer with internet. I'm like, man, what's that? Oh, World Wide Web.
With the landline.
It was like probably like 2 or 3 pages. And I had no clue what it was. I didn't pay attention. Next thing it started blowing up. Then Yahoo Messenger came out. That was like the first original, I want to say, like, I guess you could call it DMs, was Yahoo Messenger. That was like the original DMs where, you know, people just tag.
Man, I remember that because that one, they started the group chats too, right? So everybody like, it was called Community.
Community, yep.
And then it was like kind of like different categories. People would make up community groups, and then you would join them, and that's what they were talking about. Like there was a rap group where you go in there, and then you would fucking like spit bars, but you know by typing them, and then they would go crazy. And I'm like, what? That makes no sense. And then half of them people they couldn't spell for shit, and I was like, what? Nah, like they had a whole bunch of different stuff. I remember AOL because man, we used to go. I think it was Kmart. You remember Kmart?
Yep. Kmart used to do the
AOL free CDs.
And then, what's the other one? Netgear? Is it Netgear?
Netgear.
Netgear, yeah, used to get the CDs so you have
you
internet.
get the for like free trial and shit. That was like before you realized you could do a free trial. Just create a new
that's
email.
That's how Yahoo started too, because Yahoo. I can't even.
Because that's one of my first emails.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still got it.
Hotmail.
Hotmail
was that was my first email, Hotmail.
But I feel like that was more like school.
I don't know. I didn't use it in school.
Yeah.
I was in the military when all that stuff came out.
That's probably why.
Yeah, I was in the military.
Because that was part of the military. Because we didn't have now that I'm remembering now, we didn't have military emails.
No, we didn't have it. Nope. It was until like 2000.
Yeah, we didn't have military email. Because now I'm remembering, but I didn't think I had a reason to have a military email.
But I think my best era out of all that was Black Planet.
Oh, yeah.
That was like Freaknik. That was like the best right there. Like,
did you ever hear of Xanga? No, okay. So it was Black Planet, then it was Xanga, and then MySpace.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember having Xanga. And then there was another one for the Spanish people. But I don't think you would have known that one. I think it was called 5 or some shit like that. It was like
Yeah, I
kind of
never
like
heard of it.
MySpace.
Yeah, I never heard of that.
But I only knew because I had Spanish people that didn't fucking speak English or some shit. And it was like, nah, we're over here. I think it was like, okay. And they had the top 5 too, like,
Yeah.
because that was another thing. Like, you could put your top 5 favorite people, and then people will fight over that shit. Why am I
So
not?
kind of like
on
the
your-"
phone. I remember the phone did that.
Oh
I
yeah,
can't
the
remember
phone did that too.
Who was it?
Intellos.
Intellos. Yeah, they had the top 5.
Yep, I was like, yeah, they would have been like, yo, why am I not on your top 5? I was like, you don't have me in your top 5, motherfucker. The fuck? You have like 5 top, and it was like
Yeah, I got my
5 girls.
mama, my dad, my aunt,
No, I
my
didn't have
sister.
no, because
No family. Yeah, no, I know.
I didn't have my family on that. I had like 5 girls, and they would all fucking fight with me and shit. Like, well, why is she on top? Like, God damn it, let me switch. Then she, like, why is she on
Start a
top?
war.
Like, come on, man.
Start a war.
Like, you're all friends. Like, I'm not hitting none of that, so I don't give a fuck. And then when you actually got the girl would go on top out of everybody. And then I guess your best friend would go second. And then whoever your third best friend, second best friend was. And that shit was a debacle too. Like, you know, oh, I thought it was your best friend.
I'm glad I didn't go through that. I didn't experience that. I didn't have that problem. You know.
Oh yeah, because you weren't on that.
It
It was more like Facebook, right? Did Facebook ever have that?
No, Facebook, no.
What's one thing that Facebook had that got rid of? Oh, the poking.
Oh yeah, when you poke somebody.
That was weird.
Yeah, it made no sense.
It made
Like
no
you've been
sense.
poked. Like,
I used
okay,
to get poked all the time.
Is that kind of like a ringer saying, "Hey, I'm over here"?
I always thought it was something sexual. Like if you poked at me, I mean, you want some, right? That's what I. So I'm like, why are you poking me? Like, you know what I'm saying?
You want some of this?
You want some of this? But yeah, they used to poke. I was like, and then I didn't know what it was. I'll poke back, and I'm like, and then
Yeah.
they poke back, and it would take like a week, and then you poke back. I'm like, all right, what are we doing? Like,
Yeah.
all right, how many times are we gonna poke at each other? Like, does that mean you like me? Do I like? I don't know.
Like I didn't know what was the whole meaning behind the whole poking either. Like
Yeah, I'm glad they got rid of it.
it made no sense. I don't know if that was like, "Hey,
What's
you
up?
there?
Like
Are
saying
you there?
hi now? Like
kind of like a one, are you there? Are you
Yeah,
awake?"
like poking. But it's like I said, it's weird. Poke. And it would tell you, you've been poked by. They would say their name, and I'm like, what? I think now, I think the one that I would request is the thumbs down.
The thumbs down. Yeah.
But they don't wanna
But
do
people,
it.
yeah, because it's gonna,
It's
just imagine.
gonna create such
Yeah,
a
like nah,
such a
just
chaotic life.
Yeah.
Like, oh my
But
god.
shoot, it's like that now, you know.
But I
people-
mean, they got it on YouTube,
yeah,
right?
yeah, don't like you, right? They do.
Yeah, they
thumbs
got
up, thumbs down,
like and dislike.
and dislike. Yeah,
So I would have thought by now they would have it like on Facebook or some shit. So we can post a picture. Nah, man, I ain't fucking with your picture
Be like,
today.
no.
Yeah, no. Take one without the filter.
Oh man, everybody want to put a filter on it.
Yeah, it's changed so
Everybody.
much. Man, I remember because I know you probably don't, but like I joined, like Instagram was strictly, just like Facebook was strictly for college people at the beginning, Instagram was strictly for photography. So it was just photographers, right? So there was no algorithm. As soon as you posted your stuff, it's whoever saw it. Like it would, and it would be in like, I guess like in the time that you posted.
Yeah,
Because now sometimes you'll see the post like 3 days later, but they posted like 3 days before, and like what? I didn't see that. Like the algorithm is so fucked up, and they want you to see what they want to promote. Because now Instagram is owned by Facebook. So, I'm gonna get Facebook is the same way.
yeah,
Because sometimes I don't see your shit unless I interact with it.
yeah. I hate that it does that. Or if not, when I see something, it's like late. It should be like weeks. I'm like, when did it post this? You know.
Or when
And
you
I-
start liking something, it starts showing more of that.
Correct. And I'm not the one that be like, oh, let me go see what Chapaca's doing. Let me go click on this page, you know. I'm not that person that go in and stalk-
search for-
and search for
yeah.
people, you know. I don't stalk. Now, if it's somebody like, let's say, that I know, because sometimes, that's one thing I hate, when you on Facebook and it show like, let's say, like an example, my ex-wife showed. I'm like, what the hell she doing on my timeline? Like, what the fuck? Like, you know, when you see somebody you don't even want, you know, that you don't want to mess with. Oh, you got 3
I think because I think
mutual friends or something like that.
the awkward one for me now is memories.
Oh yeah, when it pops up, you be like, oh shit, this shit popping up.
Like
Yeah,
4 years ago.
I don't know if there's a way to turn that off.
Man, I don't even care. I don't even like
Yeah.
bother to even search for a setting, because
But no, actually, you have the option
There's
to
gotta be a
repost
setting,
it.
right?
Yeah, no, you got an option to repost it. So it tells you, it'll pop up, it'll show up,
do you want to post
and
this?
then if you want to repost your old memory, versus not. So
That's
does
how
give you the
I
option.
yeah. That's how I know that when I was younger, or when I first started, I was like posting all my emotions up
Yeah.
there. I'm like, what? And then I would get more interactions. People love misery, right?
Yeah.
So it was like a miserable thing. I was like, what the fuck why did I post that?
Yeah.
Like, I can see that. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
that's the
you-
only thing that I hate about social media. It's like nobody, like an example. Oh, you graduate from school. It's rare somebody to acknowledge
Yup.
your accomplishment versus your grief or
your
pain,
downfalls,
your downfall.
or your relationship failure.
Yeah, so you be like, oh, broke up with so and so, or oh, hooked up with so and so. What they say in a relationship status, single, married. But as far as accomplishment, oh, God, hey,
I don't even think people look at the relationship status anymore.
I don't think you should. Well, no, I can't say that because somebody recently just changed my cousin. I was like, oh, should they still do that? He was like in a relationship with so and so. Like, okay, and then a crap load of people, congratulations, congratulations, congratulations.
And I hate to be the one that does that shit too. I guess
I don't do that. One thing I hate that I don't do when people post birthday shout out for somebody who's not on Facebook. Be like, hey, I want to wish my
That's
my
the
niece
worst.
happy birthday.
Yep.
And people go in happy birthday. I'm like, yo, she's not even seeing that.
Yep.
Like so I don't. Now if it's the actual person, I'll say happy birthday. But if it's someone like family member, I don't comment.
But there's people that don't even have it either. Like, see, you're more Facebook, I'm more Instagram, right? Like, sometimes I'll get on Facebook, but it's just to like post,
Yeah.
right? And then that's when I see your stuff, and then I'll interact with you. So your stuff's always popping up, because anytime I open it, since I've already interacted with you, that's what it's gonna show me, right? But most of the time for Facebook, I'm only like to post. But the one that I use more is Instagram, because like I do more photography
Yeah.
and stuff and films and stuff, and then Instagram's more friendly
Correct.
towards that than Facebook, because this Facebook is mostly memes.
Shoot, the only reason I get on Facebook, well, excuse me, the only reason I have Facebook is because of the music.
Yeah.
Because
That's what I'm saying.
that's one thing I
Post-
missed about
if we-
MySpace. MySpace,
MySpace was made for that.
you post your music, you were able to put
Because
video and stuff like that.
you could open, there was a regular MySpace for regular, like if you just
Correct.
wanted to
And
have
then
a,
Band, I think it was called something
and then
like
it was
that.
band was for the
artists.
music
Yeah.
artists that you want to promote your music, and it will give you a sort of like an MP3 player.
Correct, and you could put the little video, you could put
And then you could upload
those
your
link, you
whole
copy.
album if you
Yep.
wanted to drop an album, and then you would put it there. And as soon as you put on, you could put like a theme song, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're an artist, you could put your single.
Yep.
And then as soon as you will go into that page, it will start playing it automatically.
Correct. You had that whole media. What they call those little players, and you put your music. You could line it up. You could change it up.
Because you can have settings too, like automatically start playing when they,
You remember Facebook used to play music, and they took that away quick.
because of the copyright.
Yeah, they took it out real quick. I'm like, what the hell was
Because
my music?
you can't post anything on Facebook.
No.
Like with music, you guys say I do not own.
Correct.
You gotta
Don't
do a
own.
bunch. Yeah.
Even though you may own the stuff, do not own the rights to this and that.
So they block it too,
Yeah.
and then it gets muted.
And you know what sucks? Like I got a friend I got multiple friends that are DJ, but I had one that was DJing live, and they cut his junk off quick. Like he got
'Cause
cut
he didn't
off
put,
because
I
he
don't
didn't
own
put, which is messed up. The thing about it is the DJ, like we know he's not trying to sell the
Or
video.
get
He
profits
just
from it.
mixing, But like I said, I guess they just don't know, and they just want to take the easy route. Oh, I don't want to get sued, so fuck it, you off or put you in Facebook jail.
Yeah, no, I'm not liking that.
Yeah, so it's just
I think it's advantages, disadvantages.
yeah.
Like I don't know. I think they should separate that shit too. Like everybody's like in there too. Like from fucking little 5-year-olds to like freaking grandparents.
Yeah.
It's like the melting pot.
Nah. Yeah, no, that's not good. Especially, and I seen like let's say a little kid, or you can say a little girl, pop on my timeline and she like doing a crazy dance. I'm like, man, her parents just allow her to do that. You know, it's just you got to watch. There's too many predators out here. You know,
Yeah.
some sickos. And
It's
the
like
last
that.
thing we
Remember
need-
that one time Netflix tried to do that little kids show?
What show?
It was a little show of little kids dancing, but like in like provocative clothes. And it's like, what are you doing?
I must have missed that one. I don't.
Yeah, because I think they got blocked.
Yeah.
Because it was like, what is Netflix thinking? Like, what the hell? It's so much like bad out there for social media. Now is the new thing is the AIs, man. Like that's.
Oh, I seen it. Yeah, I try to stay away from all that. I don't need. What's it? Chat GPT.
You sound old as fuck. Like,
I do, right? Hey,
I'm
I'm
saying we. Like,
Yeah,
because I
hey.
feel the same way too. Shit, like I don't want that shit. That's why I'm
Well,
like,
just imagine, because the thing about it, because I heard already in the news where, you know, people will get scammed by using the voice. But just imagine, like somebody, some dude that trying to get at your girl or something. And next thing you know, he call you in her voice or something. Be like, oh, I don't want to be with you. It's over. This and that. I don't want to talk to you, you piece of stuff. You know, I don't make up some kind of story. Now you mad, you heartbroken. You know, if you weak, you're going to want to kill yourself or do something stupid. You know, whatever the case may be, you know. Like, I could see a war starting with this shit. Just
Yeah.
imagine so-called Trump will call, even though it's not him, you know, it's just, I don't know, this technology is strange. I guess I'm not ready for that yet. And, you know, watching movies in the 80s and 90s, you know, Terminator and stuff like that, like, oh shit, it started. But
it ain't
yeah, no, it's just it's strange. Now I hear people, you know, and I see people actually use it to like for their homework and stuff, or for meetings and memos. Like, yo, they're using this shit for memos, like writing the entire memos. I'm like, man, I didn't know you could do that. I didn't think about that, but I was like,
not even the voice, but the face too.
Yeah.
Do you
Just
know the
imagine
deep fakes.
imagine going to college now, like going to online college. Man, you could get ChatGPT do your whole shit, graduate in 18 months.
There is an app that writes down, literally writes your essays.
Your entire paper.
Like, what the fuck? We're gonna get to a point where nobody knows shit.
No, we're gonna be just dumbasses with a
Dumb.
doctrine.
They don't even do cursive anymore.
Yeah, that's dumb. So it's like, how you gonna sign your name?
Nobody knows how to do a signature. All these little kids don't know how to do
X.
signatures. They be like, "What is that? Why are you?" I remember. I think one little kid was like, I forgot what it was. He was like, "Why are you doing scribbles?" I'm like, "What?" I was like, "That's cursive. That's my signature." Like, what? Scribbles.
Yeah, society's just, I don't know, I guess advanced. That's how you know when you're getting old. So I keep saying that, you know you're getting old when you start hating on the young bucks technology or ways or whatever the case may be.
It doesn't make sense to me, but
Yeah. We said the same thing when we were out there wearing baggy jeans. You know, old heads was like, man, you better pick your pants up. Or this and that. Even though I never show my ass, you know.
yeah, I never did that
So
either.
I was never into showing my underwear.
Because I've
I was
always had like, I think mine was like wearing basketball shorts.
Yeah.
So even though I had I was
It was
sag.
baggy, but I didn't sag.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I never sagged. I never sagged.
Yeah, I wouldn't sag either. But even that, like I had basketball shorts under.
Yeah.
Because they were baggy, so there were enough room to put basketball
was-
shorts. Because as soon as you got out of school, we either go play basketball or some type of sport. So, you know.
You were ready.
Yeah, because you're like, I'm ready. Like, you just take it off. And I don't know, and it's different too. Like, but yeah, baggy shirts. Like, I would wear like 3 times my size.
Yeah. You know what's crazy is that some of those clothes that I had as a child was baggy. Like I got a few. Fit snug. I'm like, man, I got big.
But it's like now, like you're bringing it old school right now with the do-rag. Like, I haven't seen a do-rag in a minute.
Oh man, I always rock a do. I've been rocking the do rag since, I don't know if it's the New York in me or what
It
it
gotta
is.
be, because
I
because
just-
I stopped rocking them. Like, well, then again, I let my hair grow
Yeah.
too. Because I used to rock when I had short hair. Like, I got pictures. I was like, and then I would match. Like, I would have different colored do-rags.
So that's what I'm starting to do too. So that's why I got the white. You know, like, let me highlight the white by wearing a white do rag. You know, but yeah, no, that's my thing. You know, I used to like hats, but it's like
Same here.
once the hat goes bad, it's like it's done. You can shape it all you want. Once it gets ruined, it's just It's done. If you
See-
wash it wrong, it's done.
To me, it's like I'll rock hats now, but depending on where I go now, because as you can see now, remember I used to be fitted hats,
Correct.
right? Like, but like I'll get treated differently, man. I was like, what the fuck? Like literally, like as soon as I walk somewhere and I'm wearing a fitted, I don't know for some reason. I guess it's my bitch resting face or some shit, but either like I'm a criminal or a fucking gangbanger or some shit or whatever the fuck. Like anything
Yeah.
bad with the fitted.
Yeah.
And then like I noticed that now, like I would get like treated different. Now that I wear this hat, I get treated so much better. Like
But see, if I was to wear a hat, I can't wear it like right. I would just leave it on the top. You know what? Next time we do it, I'm gonna rock a hat. But I just can't. I don't know what it is. I just can't. You know.
yeah, because I miss my fitted hats. But then again, I'm like now I just wear them like if I go out somewhere that I'm not doing like if either I'm not working or anything to do with business, I'll wear a fitted hat because I miss them because they're so much more comfortable.
Yeah.
And they just go better with clothes. But like this was I used to hate this hat.
Have you noticed your head got bigger wearing fitted? When I saw my size getting big, I'm like, oh wait.
I don't think I can relate to that one.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Shoot, I was like, my head must be getting
I feel like my
huge.
shit got smaller actually.
Nah, I remember I was like 7'1/4", then
That's what I am.
7.5. I'm like, what the?
I've always been 7'1/4". You know how I know? Because my military cap has been the same size since I joined.
Nah, mine's haven't.
So you changed yours,
Yeah, like I said, I don't know. My shit just.
expanded. Or
I'm thinking too much. Hey,
Nah,
I'm thinking hard.
We're gonna go with the positive side. Man, you have more wisdom, man.
More wisdom. That's what it is. Just
Yeah.
cramming. I gotta let that wisdom out. That's what it
it's
is.
the gray hairs,
I'm-
man.
Oh shoot, I got a crap load of those.
Me too.
A crap load of those.
Like they're not noticeable because when I do my hair and then I style it, it's not noticeable. But if I don't do anything, like you can see it now.
Yeah. Shoot, you still
I was like,
see it?
yeah, I was like, when the fuck did I get gray hairs? Like it was like I woke up one
One
day,
day and bow.
like at first it was like 1, and then next week was like 2, and then all of a sudden like boom.
It's infestation. Just.
But it's really like now it shows. I guess it's
Yeah.
just like the stress level too.
Yeah, that definitely did it for me. Being stressed.
Because my
but-
beard's not there yet, but
Oh, my
but
beard
there's
is-
like a couple like I always grew one here,
Mm-hmm.
and now like I can see like, and then for some odd reason I have like one that's like completely like kind of like burnt brown, kind of like hazel. I'm like, where the fuck is this coming from? I don't know if it's because like the stress or it's just like I don't know, I got burnt or some shit like, or it's like
It was in the water. Something in the water.
or I think it's something like it's like halfway there,
Mm-hmm.
halfway loosened the pigmentation, I guess. Because gray hair is just there's no pigmentation. They only look gray because of the reflection of the light, but they're not. They're really transparent. They're clear.
They look great to me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They look great to me.
I don't give a fuck what you
Oh, it
say.
look
I don't
great
care
to
what
me.
science said. Bro, you got gray
what?
hairs. Yeah, that's like nah, man. Like I feel it now that I'm getting older too.
So I don't have it as bad as my brother. So my little brother, he's like 18 months younger than me. He has it all in his hand. Like
Yeah,
in his
gray hairs
hair,
in his hand?
in his hand here. I'm like, damn.
I haven't seen that.
Like-
I'm gonna be honest, I've never seen that shit.
Yeah, he
That's-
has it. I'm like, damn. Like he really stressed. But yeah, he look older than me. You
That,
see him,
but
you
I think that happens a lot, man. Because my brother looks older than me.
Yeah.
You've seen him. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like, and the thing is, like I'm not the one. I didn't notice it till like people start telling me. Because when we're together, sometimes I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, obviously they know we look like brothers because sometimes we look the same. But now I think it's a little. He looks so much older than me, but he's younger.
Nah, mine looks way older than me. People think he like probably older than me by like 5 years because he's bigger. He's about like 6'2",
Same here.
like 230, 240 pounds. Like he's a big boy, you know. And then I guess with the gray, you know, he looked well seasoned. You know, but yeah, no, getting the grays, you know.
Now for me, I think it just looks. His face just looks older than mine.
Yeah,
I mean, he's like maybe he's not bigger, way bigger than
he
me.
remind me of Droopy.
Exactly. Oh my god! I thought I was the only one. I didn't want to say it.
When I see him, he remind me of Droopy.
Damn.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yep.
I was thinking Droopy or I guess when he was skinnier, what's his name? Goofy.
Goofy.
But more droopy now.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what he
Because
remind me of. Or what's the other the one that has the boy with the dog? I mean,
Goofy.
no, the dog that has the glasses and he's racing a little boy.
I think that's Droopy too.
No, that's not Droopy. Oh man, I can't think of.
What is his name?
Oh man,
Is it Looney Tunes?
no, it's his own cartoon.
Oh, so it's
It's,
not part.
it's a they
Because
brought
Droopy's,
it back.
Droopy's part of Looney Tunes. Or Disney.
Oh shit, I can't even remember.
And Snoopy?
Snoopy his own cartoon too.
Yes.
That's
no,
Peanuts.
Brown something?
Charlie Brown.
Charlie
Yeah.
Brown.
But it's called Peanuts. Charlie Brown is his owner.
Okay, so but
Yeah.
it was a comic
Correct.
and then it turned into a show created by Charlie Brown.
Well, it
It's
used to be
called Peanuts.
cartoon back in the days. They used to.
Because I thought the main character was Charlie Brown
Correct. Yep. The main character is Charlie Brown.
after the actual the writer, the one that created it.
Could be. I don't know the backstory, but it could be. Yep.
Yeah, because to me that's like it reminds me kind of like South Park a little bit, because they got like almost the same kind of like characters, I
Yeah.
guess. Because I stopped watching South Park too. South Park it's still going too.
Yeah. No, I watched it recently. It was hilarious.
Like,
They
I-
still got it.
Yeah,
It's-
like
it's-
there's a lot of stuff I stopped watching, like wrestling. Like I stopped
I still
watching.
watch it.
I know that's what I'm saying. So I'm
still-
bringing it up because you.
Yeah, I
are-
still watch it.
you're
Die
an-
hard.
You're an avid watcher.
Yep,
Like
that's-
I'm like I'd stop after Stone Cold and The Rock left, even though The Rock kept coming back a little bit, but not like
It hasn't been
permanently.
back in a while. Long time.
But I stopped watching. I think he was The Rock and Stone Cold was leaving, and I think
So Attitude
John
Era.
Cena was coming in. Right. That's when I stopped. Like, I think I just grew out of it, and then like I guess I started watching other things, and then I never got back into it. And then I tried, but then I'm like I didn't know who the fuck the new ones were, and then I'm like, where's the old ones? Because the only one that's been consistently there is Triple H to me.
Well, he's not there. He's there, but not there. So he's behind the scene now.
Exactly, but he's always like
Yeah.
stay
He's
with
behind
the
scene. Yeah, but you still see as far as
like the main one because the Undertaker still he retired already.
yeah, he retired. So the Undertaker
Kane?
retired, Kane retire,
Foley.
Mick Foley
Mick Foley.
retire. Like Mr. Ass still fights. He's
Okay.
in a different wrestling. I call it the WCW.
I think when I was coming out, the new ones that were coming in, I think I remember Bobby Lashley.
Yep, he hasn't wrestled in a while, but he's still around. He's still around.
I have a friend that looks just like him.
For real.
Like I told him last time, like, bro, you look like Bobby Lashley. Like he looks like the younger version and smaller,
Smaller.
but he looks like Bobby Lashley. I'm like, what the fuck? We went to Basic together, and he still does like, he's like a weightlifter and stuff. So he does that, but he looks like Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, but that's more like my man opera, my soap opera. People are like, why are you watching that thing? Is fake. I'm like, you tell me what you watch that's real. Anything you watch on TV is fake, unless you watching even with the news, fake news.
It's fake,
So-
but it's still like.
Yeah, it's entertainment that I don't know. I've been watching since little kid, since '84. That's why I
To
could
me, my
remember.
favorite one is Stone Cold Steve Austin. That was like my favorite one.
That's your favorite one. Mine was Ric Flair. Well, is because he's still around.
Woo! Yeah.
That's my favorite of all time. But yeah, I still
Yeah,
Stay
Stone Cold Steve Austin, man. The rattlesnake. Texas rattlesnake, right? Yeah.
You ever drank his beer? You know he got his own beer.
Nah, I never did.
Yeah, he got his own beer. Yep. He got his own beer.
And then The Rock just became The Rock. Movie
Yeah,
star now.
Not a lot of his cousins are running WWE.
Oh, yeah, because he has family, too,
shitload
right?
of them.
Even the other family, Bret Hart. Mm-hmm. The Owens.
Yeah, now I think
I think it was Bret Hart, Owens, and...
Owen Hart, Anvil Neidhart. Well,
Whatever happened to X-Pac. That was another favorite one.
he's still around. He comes once in the blue moon. They do like a DX reunion, and he'll
Okay,
show up.
yeah.
It's just sad seeing them come out there because they look so frail, so old. I'm like, man.
Depending on what the fuck they went through, too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Cause that shit takes a toll on you, man.
That and the drugs, the steroids, everything,
Yeah.
the life.
What do you think The Rock's on steroids?
He gotta be, man. You
He
see
gotta
how
be.
ripped that motherfucker
There's
is
no
still-
way he keeps growing.
Him and
every fucking-
Batista are still like huge.
But I think Batista's finally stopped. Cause now he looks bloated.
Yeah.
So when you kind of like stop doing drugs, you get bloated. Cause like look at Johnny Depp. Like he was into hard, and then now he looks all bloated and shit. Like
Yeah. But yeah, no, they look you. The Rock is like
he just
Rip,
keeps
rip.
growing.
he getting huge and huge. It's like God.
Like when are you gonna stop? You see, like the shit that he eats every day, like at least 20 pancakes stacked up like that. There's no way, bro.
Well, I guess for him it's just his body. That's his that's his priority.
I mean, yeah. I guess he's getting a little. I think he's at the point of being oversaturated right now in the market. Cause like they saying all his stuff is flopping and stuff like that. But
Yeah, I don't know. He's been very consistent as far as, there's certain actors out there that when they make movies, it's going to be good. Leonardo DiCaprio is one of them. He makes some good movies. Denzel makes some good movies. There's a few out there that still been consistent, but
I think Denzel is pretty much done now, though. He's
Well, he
moving
getting
into the
old.
role. Yeah,
he's
moving into
switching
the
over,
role.
kind of like what's his name?
Morgan Freeman.
Now Morgan Freeman still got it. I don't know. He been the same since I was a little kid. He hasn't changed. He don't change.
No, he don't change, man.
He's been the same.
But I'm saying roles like the ones Morgan Freeman does.
Yeah, no, I was thinking more of what's his name? The one one of his famous line is like,
Samuel L. Jackson.
no. The one would be like, damn, now I can't even remember the daggone line. You want to feel lucky, punk? Well, do ya? He used to do a lot of Cowboys movies.
Oh, you talking about Clint
Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, you see how his role, like he's almost faded away once he switches role from action.
Yeah, because he
to-
does. He's the director, producer.
Yeah, he looked frail too.
Oh yeah, I think he's almost there, man. I like the last one he did that I enjoyed was Gran Torino.
Well, that was a good one.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, that was really.
It was like classic old. Like I liked it. I like that. I still like those movies.
Yeah, but you haven't seen a good action movie. Like what happened to Charles Bronson? Remember that? Remember him, Charles Bronson? He used to make a lot of police movie. Always had like a gun, a pistol, or something.
It's like Eddie Murphy, man. Like his last movie, it didn't hit the same anymore. I think
Which
it was
one?
like Coming to America too.
I think they rushed that one. I think
They rushed it and they didn't do it right.
It was decent.
I think the script. I didn't like the script. I don't like the way they tried to bring it back.
Yeah, they didn't do it justice to it,
And
but I
they-
think it was decent. It
It
wasn't
was
that bad.
decent. I watched
but
it.
he made the one that he made of Dolomite. The one that he redid. You didn't watch that one?
I don't think I've watched that yet.
I want to say it was Dolomite, the one that he remade. That was pretty good. Like Eddie Murphy still, I want to say he still got it. It's just he does stuff kind of like like I didn't like Haunted Museum. The kids love that movie, but it's
I wish he
just-
would do comedy again.
Yeah, everybody does. Like we missed that kind of. But I don't know. It's just with the whole new how.
I don't think his comedy would hit anymore. Like
Yeah, it's just people can't say nothing anymore without getting canceled.
that's why my favorite comedian right now is Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle, oh man, he came hard. on
Dave
that last
Chappelle,
one.
he's just got the way of like doing comedy with punchline. It's like a storyteller comedian, and the way he does it, like I'm like, what? The fuck? Like I want to get to that point, like just being comfortable.
He came a long way. Because I didn't think he was. I remember when he came out
remember
there, he
him.
was he was cornball. I was like, man, that nigga whack.
I've never really thought of him like that. I think the most corniest I've seen was when he was in that Eddie Murphy movie, Nutty Professor, when he's making fun of him
When so like
and Jada Pinkett Smith.
Oh yeah, I think that was a funny line. I think that was a funny line. But I liked him in Half Baked and stuff like that. But his comedy, talking about as far as his comedy
Oh,
skit,
his comedy?
I didn't like his comedy skit when he
At
first
first,
came out.
no, that's what I'm saying. That's first.
And then
like,
he turned it around,
because he became more conscious. He reminded me of Eddie Griffin back in the day, because Eddie Griffin does that too. Like Eddie Griffin comedy is like it's funny, but at the same time he's like
got a message.
got a message
Yep.
and he's teaching you.
Yep.
right? Because that one, and Chris Rock too, back in the day,
Yeah.
like Bigger and Blacker. That was one of my favorite ones from Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Like this last one, I feel like Will Smith thing kind of like fucked it up.
You know what? What's funny? Did you watch Marlon Wayans?
Yep.
He's getting better. Because his last comedy to me was a whole lot better than Chris Rock's comedy.
But
It
that's
was
what I'm
hilarious.
saying. Yeah, that's
like
what I'm saying.
he's getting better. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh snap, he's trying to be the top Wayne now. Like his
And he
comedy
is?
was on
If
point.
you really think about it, he is the top Wayne now because I thought Sean was pretty good, but he just stopped.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, Sean never did comedy like that.
Nah, but I'm saying,
And as far as movies, I don't know. I always thought Marlon was funnier than
I thought that no. See, what made Marlon
Sean.
funny was Sean, in my perspective.
Now you don't remember The Sixth Sense?
I just didn't. I don't like Marlon by himself without him.
Man, he was
Like,
but
I
he
like
was
them-
in Sixth Sense. He did it with Dave Short. Is that his name? Dave Spade.
Okay.
Like it was a hilarious movie. Then The Sixth Man. Wait, was that it called? It was Sixth Sense and The Sixth Man. Wow, 6'6". Anyway, The Sixth Man where he did it with the guy from Different World. It's a different world where he played basketball. That was his brother. Like he did that role
Yeah.
good. And then of course them together in any of the scary movies, you know, like those shits was hilarious, you know. But then the one he did by himself when he was making fun of the horror movie, you know, those were hilarious. Like I don't know. I guess I always thought that he was funnier than Sean, cause Sean even on the show, like if you watch the Wayans brothers. Like even in the show, to me, I thought Marlon was funnier than Sean. But of course, that's my thought. But I always thought that he was.
Yeah, now I find them funny, but I think I like them better together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, kind of like a duo, because I guess that's what I came up watching them at first.
So you like the little
Because
man?
white chicks, yeah, little
Yeah,
man,
white chick, little man. White chick was good. They do awesome together. Like I would love to see a white chick too.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like Sean sets him up, and then he fucking
Yeah.
delivers, like Marlon delivers the punchline.
When he did that, the Dominican dude, hey Poppy, in the grocery store. Oh man, he's hilarious as shit. That shit was hilarious.
That whole skit was funny as hell.
One
Like,
Dynamita,
Querida,
one
Dynamita.
Dynamita.
That shit was funny, bro. I was like cracking up. That shit. That's one of my favorite movies.
White chick.
And then I saw what's his name. I think it was Terry Crews.
Terry Crews.
He was funny in that bitch
Yeah.
too.
He was. I think that was his. I want to say that was his breakout as far as comedy wise.
Yeah.
Or doing a comedy movie, being funny in a movie. Because the one he did with Adam Sandler, he was funny in that too. You know. But it seemed like every movie he does, he's almost doing the same character. That kind of like, that buff guy that, you know,
Because
trying to act
he had a
quirky.
TV show. He was in it. He's still in a TV show. I think. I forget what's it called. He's with
I know he had a reality show with his wife, with his family.
Yeah,
And
no,
then
but he's
disappeared.
like a detective. He plays a detective.
Oh, I haven't seen
I think
that.
it's Rookie something. It's like a police comedy police show. Yeah, I don't remember the name. I think it's 9. I forget
Something. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
with
think I know what you're talking about.
that other guy. I forget it. It's a white dude. I forget
Yeah,
his
yeah.
name.
The one that played in. I could see his face. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Something 9
And then he did Everybody Hates Chris.
yeah. Oh, he was funny in that one.
Yeah.
Now that was a great cast. Like I was mad that show got canceled. That was a great funny show.
Yep.
Very very funny.
Because you
show.
could relate a lot. And it was
Yeah.
based. It's like in New York, right?
Yeah, like it was from getting the whoopings, getting jumped, all that
'cause
stuff. Like
you
it
could
was.
relate. Like it reminds you, like yo, I went through that shit with my people too. Like yo,
Yeah,
like,
it was
I
it
can
was a good
relate.
show.
It was kind of like realistic to
Yeah.
a certain point. Like I'm like, yeah, I can see that shit. Like that's some good shows, man. Nowadays it's hard to get shit shows.
Well, they want to remake everything or reboot everything. Now, don't get me wrong. I like that spinoff of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Like I like the whole twist. I'm just like no, I really like. Yeah, I like the whole.
I tried, I couldn't. Like I think anything, I'm like so jaded over like anything Will Smith now.
Well,
just from whatever.
but that constant no came from Will.
Yeah, but all I can think is Will. And then I'm comparing, like subconsciously, I'm comparing. I'm like,
Now, some stuff you see if you ever watch Fresh Prince of Bel Air, there's some stuff that you can see how they try to kind of like bring a little bit of the storyline, but it's different.
yeah, that's
It's
why I was
different.
like, yeah, I don't know if I want to.
Yeah, nah, I like.
So you've been watching it.
Yeah, I watch it. I like. What's his name? The butler.
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey. Oh, I like Jeffrey's role.
Because they made him different now
They
too.
made him a little
he's
gangster.
like a gangster. He's like
Yeah,
a
hey.
bodyguard. He's like a
Jeffrey don't play. So
he's
I
like
like
a
that.
hitman. You know.
Yeah, no, I like that. I don't like the whole Hillary being. Well, I don't know. I guess it fits. Instead of her being quirky, she's like a social media, influencer, whatever they call it nowadays. But nah, to me, it's a good show. Like I like shows like that. Like I watch Dave. I just wish he did a little more rapping. But I like Dave. Watch Dave?
You talking about the white rapper?
Yeah, Little Dicky.
Yep.
Man, that show's pretty good.
It reminds me because I watched the other one, Atlanta,
Oh, Atlanta was good too.
because they're kind of similar.
Kinda. Well,
Instead of being Childish Gambino, the rapper.
well, because Childish Gambino is more like his boy. It was his cousin is the rapper. He's going
That's what
around
I'm saying.
promoting his cousin.
But I
And
think
Little
I can
Dicky's-
relate more to that one than Lil Dicky.
Well, Little Dicky, his more is about trying to make it as a rapper, and then messing up constantly and
Yep.
keeping himself. I don't know. I just like both because anything that has to do like Wu-Tang. You seen Wu-Tang Clan? That was
Oh, yeah, I've been
awesome.
watching that, yeah.
That's a great show.
I think it's a little bit over exaggerated and kind of like you really got to do your homework.
Yeah.
You really
I
got to
don't
know the
see it-
characters because
yeah,
I don't.
But I don't watch it with the intention of saying, "Oh man, they did this." Kind of like a reality kind of a thing. I watch it because it's like the way they create. Like when they had the way he was making his music and he was moving. I was like, man, I could see myself doing something like that. So as far as the creativity and the way the way they tell the story. It's what I like. I don't know. I just think it's a great show. I don't watch those shows, with the intention of
Expecting
being
to be the same.
Yeah, being like
Or
oh,
telling
man,
the actual story.
The actual story, kind of like the same way. Well, even though that's a movie, when they did the NWA movie, I was like, man,
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because I mean, maybe they did it on purpose. Like, I didn't like Suge Knight character in that movie.
correct.
Like, I was like, what the fuck is no? I didn't like Tupac.
Yeah, because we know we lived through Tupac. It's like, hey, you
Yeah,
gotta do
so I'm
Tupac
like, that's
justice.
not-
You remember when he passed away? Wait, I want to say he did. You remember when they did the Tupac movie a long time ago? I want to say it was the kid that played Romeo, wasn't it? In the
think
Steve
so.
Harvey show,
Yeah.
the one that got killed by his girlfriend or an ex.
Yeah, but I ain't like the Tupac in that one. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, just because we so used to,
The real Tupac.
the real Tupac. It's like, nah, you got.
And you don't think about it, but Tupac was young, man.
Yeah.
He was
And
only
to us-
25.
To us, he didn't look young.
He looked old.
He was-
To
you
me,
know-
I thought he was like 30
Yeah,
something.
he was old, but he was young. Biggie too. Biggie looked old, and back then everybody looked old. If you think about it, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, everybody looked dope, but they were young as hell, man. DMX. Now that he's gone, I mean, DMX actually lived a little longer,
Yeah.
but I mean, we kind of saw it. We kind of saw what it was like. It was heading that way.
he was headed to.
Like it was hard to watch it. I think that's the hardest one for me to watch. 'Cause I was
DMX.
like, I'm such
Nah,
a fan. Like I'm
I
such a
think
fan of DMX, man.
To me, the hardest one was Whitney Houston.
Well, you lived that one more than me.
Cause to see her where she came from, and then like the drug, like she was like literally, cause she was more in the limelight. She was out there more, and you could see it. Like it was just like, oh my gosh, she's destroying herself, and nobody was doing nothing. With DMX, like, yeah, you kind of saw it, but he was not like out there like that,
Because he was always locked up.
Yeah, shoot, look at Mystical. He stayed on some rape charges.
Oh yeah, man. He's one of the ones that I thought he was gonna do better, man.
And
'Cause I,
back in the
I
same
like
thing.
his flow,
Yeah.
bro. He has like one of the most unique flows
Yeah.
that I've ever heard. Like the way he raps.
He was the one that got me listening to the whole
No Limit.
The whole No Limit. Yep.
Yeah, because I didn't fuck with
And
Master P.
Juvenile got me listening to Cash
Cash
Money.
Money.
Yeah, I remember when I was
Yeah,
in
because
basic
I
training.
never liked Master P. The way he raps.
I did. I got used to it because it was different.
Okay,
You know,
yeah.
I got not only that. He was the one that made me do album covers. 'Cause
Oh.
they used to make those album covers that with the whole diamond and something. Like, man, them Jones for mixtape. I'm like, man, that shit fly as shit. You know, but no, I did. The only one that I didn't like was Silk the Shocker. That
I
was the
like
one.
him.
I didn't like his style at all. I'm like, yo, he
Maybe
ain't
the
rapping.
new. Yeah, maybe the new. I don't know.
Silk the Shocker couldn't rap. He didn't rap.
In the beginning, I feel
In
like
the
he can rap
beginning, he
now.
still can't rap. Boy, I need to
You
listen.
don't think he can rap now?
Man, he-
Maybe I'm listening. Maybe I don't know. Maybe he was doing the hooks or some shit.
Maybe I need to go back to
Maybe
the
he
drawing
was-
board and listen to it
yeah.
because
Because I know there's one where I fucks with it. I even downloaded it. I forget which one, but I Silk the Shocker. I know I had a couple of songs.
what's
of
the
him.
one that he did with Maya?
Nah, I think it was by himself, and then one with Mystical.
Yeah, I don't know. I just
Because I
his
fuck,
style
I fuck with
could've
Mystical.
never-
You know who nobody talks about, and because of his like Ludacris.
Luda got skills.
Like Luda never gets credit for being a top lyricist, but if
Yeah,
you
he
think
got-
about it,
he got skills
because he's always like doing like the videos he does. It's like it takes the attention away from his actual talent, which is lyrics.
Well, his video catches my attention. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
He's very creative with his videos.
And then everybody forgets, like they don't put him on. Like he's top. Like I think about it now. Like I've listened to all his albums, and I used to fuck with Ludacris so much. Like, and then I'm like, but he just like completely left music.
But that's like Dragon. Dragon be still spitting right now. You know, he would drop a video spitting like he got some bars, but you don't hear his stuff out there, you know, at all. But Luda got some skills. He's still spitting.
I think my favorite one is Southern
Hospitality.
Hospitality.
Yeah, I like all his joint word of mouth. Southern
No,
Hospitality.
I'm saying my
Chicken
favorite
Beer.
one, and then Chicken Beer is my
Chicken Beer,
second
like
one.
I
I just like
them all.
his intro, man.
Oh, he could become some hard intro.
The intro, that shit is like fuck. That beat is like every time I listen to that shit, I would put it in replay. And then I like some of his artists.
I think his weakest one was Sex. What was it called?
The one he split, the one with the.
Sex something. Ah man, I can't remember.
It was
what
one of the
it called.
last ones he did.
I can't remember what was it called, but that one to me was the his weakest one. But he still had some hard tracks in it. But yeah, now Luda's always had skill. You know,
Nah, yeah, I fuck
I
with
think
him.
it's just because he's doing movie, people, you know, are forgetting, you know, what he brings to the table.
Yeah, like I fucks with him a lot. I wish he came back because I think he's.
I think he's trying to come back.
but he don't take it because he's always like doing something. Like
Yeah,
movies
I
or
want to
some
say
shit.
because literally recently he
posted?
posted some bars, so I think he's trying to come back with something.
Yeah, I wish, man. Him. I wish DMX was still around. DMX, I just like the way DMX rap, man. The way he.
Yeah.
I could never.
Well, he had the skills, his wordplay, his style, like everything was just
Maybe I'm biased because I'm not from New York. I don't think, to me, Jay-Z has never been.
Oh no, Jay-Z's.
That's what I'm saying.
No, you can't do that,
That's,
Jay-Z.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Since I'm not from New York, because I'm not, I just can't see it.
Yeah.
Like, I've never put Jay-Z on top like that.
Man, he got skill. He still dropping bars.
That's what I'm saying. New York people always, because obviously, right?
Yeah.
I feel like y'all being biased.
Like
in
that joint he got. Whose track is that? I want to say is, I think it's Swiss Beat. Is it Swiss Beat that had a track?
with
Just dropped a
Kanye,
track with
Lil Wayne.
With
Lil
no, I'm
Wayne
saying
was
they
at
had
the end.
Jay-Z in
Yeah,
it.
that's what I'm saying. It was
Yeah.
Jay-Z,
Man,
Rick
he-
Ross, and Lil Wayne.
Yeah, he still got it, man. Just remember, he been rapping for like forever.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I tried to get into it. I just can't.
So what is it? His wordplay? Is it the way he?
Yeah, just the way he raps. Sometimes I'm like, I can't. I'm like,
So to you, Lil Wayne is the greatest rapper.
no.
So who you think to you is the greatest rapper?
Like, what are we talking about? Like, because
I guess whatever category you want to put it on.
lyricism, I would say of Eminem, and then Andre 3000. Yeah, like lyricism, I would put them like there. Artistry, um, I can't see Eminem doing that shit. Like I don't fuck with Eminem anymore. Nah, his new shit, I just don't fuck with it. But lyrics, yeah, he just like overdoes it now. But
Because you don't like the sober Eminem.
not
Oh, that's
it's
what
not
it is. Because
that.
he's sober.
It's not the sober. It's this fucking voice now that he makes. Because before he didn't do that voice. You know what I'm saying? Like when he would actually do more like. Now he's just rapidy rap. Like everything's got to be fucking fast. Like bro, you're good at doing slow shit, normal like regular speed too. You know what I'm saying? Because his rapidy rap shit sounds like the same in every fucking verse now.
Yeah.
And then he makes that fucking weird like that. I think there's
Look what
one.
I'm playing. Look what I'm bringing.
No, it's not that. It's the not that voice because those are skits.
Yeah.
I think it's the relapse one where it's like I guess his pitch like changed completely, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then I just can't. Like I tried. Like I think the last one I tried. I think out of the whole album, I kept like 3 songs and shit like that. But nah, like it's so hard to find an artist now. Like now I'm like, I listen more to Spanish now because I can't find a good English one.
No, there's some few out there is that,
Because I've been listening more like I guess R&B now too, and pop.
Well, that's one thing I miss. I miss the old school R&B, the groups. I miss the groups, the ballad.
Have you ever heard of Black?
A Black? Well, I heard the Black, the female group.
No. It's like an R&B artist, but he starts with his name starts with a 6, and it's
I think so. Yeah.
Lack.
Yeah.
Like, I listen to him a lot now, and I think he's like like even Trey Songz. Like I don't listen to Trey Songz.
Well,
anymore.
he's not doing R&B like he used to. Chris Brown, I guess he's trying to, but he don't stick to it. So, but I miss the whole, when I'm talking about R&B, I'm talking
like
about
Jagged Edge.
like group, like
112,
Jagged Edge, 112.
New Edition.
Well, New Edition was like the before time.
But they kind of like,
But, like that whole, want to make you grab a girl and let's go dance,
Yep.
Keith Sweat, like
Keith
I don't
Sweat,
know.
Casey and JoJo.
Casey and JoJo, all of them. It's like one thing I missed, and I had this conversation recently, is that you go to a club, they don't want to play no daggone R&B. That's why I'm like, I got to go to a grown and sexy club because they don't want to play R&B. It's like, I'm not trying, at my age, I'm not trying to throw no bows. I'm not trying to get low. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, I like dancing. I like, if I'm with my girl, we in the club, like, and they throw, any Kings of Crunk music, the crunk era, like, I might get low with her, Now, I ain't going to do that the whole night, but.
Yeah, I think I transitioned more into going to Spanish clubs too. Because I dance. I want to dance.
See, my only problem with Spanish club is like I've been so out of my culture.
Yeah.
That.
Do you even dance?
No, I dance.
You know
That's
how to dance,
one thing.
You know how to dance bachata?
Bachata, merengue, salsa.
So you know how to dance.
Yes, I know how to dance.
I just gotta ask because I've never seen you.
But this is my problem with it. When I say I've been so out of my culture, is that I remember going to Spanish club. When you go to Spanish club, you walk to a young lady, grab her hand. You want to dance?
Hey.
Lift your hand and you go dance. Whether she's with somebody or not, it's just like
it's courtesy.
It's courtesy.
They know that you just want to dance.
Correct. The me now, like you man, you ain't touching my lady. You back up, dude. Like,
back up, bro.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm out of my culture, and even though that's the norm, I can't. I'll be damned. Somebody gonna come and start dancing to a Romeo song with my young lady. Like, nah, you ain't gonna.
Yeah, I guess I could see.
You see what I'm saying? Point. So that's what I mean by that.
Because I'm the dude that goes.
Yeah, but I used to be like that. Like I didn't have a problem. I remember dating a chick and someone asked to dance and I had no problem with it. But now, shit, you ain't gonna be slow grinding on my lady. I'm just selfish. Just like, no.
Yeah, I wouldn't take out grinding, especially if I'm with somebody. But like bachata, merengue, salsa.
What do you think you're gonna dance bachata? Separate? No, it's a pegado.
Nah, it depends. Like if you have respect, I'm that separate.
Now, yeah, like at a party, like I dance at a party. Like let's say I go to a party and it's my boy's girl, yeah. But at a club and that should be packing the dance floor. Now you gonna be
that's true,
grinding,
that's
hey.
true, yeah.
Now salsa may be different. I could see you in salsa, being because even merengue, hey, you're gonna be close as shit. And let's
Yeah.
not even talk about no reggaeton or
Yeah.
dembow, because y'all gonna be.
Oh no, them boys.
Yeah,
you're
hey.
definitely touching something.
You're gonna be touched. That's what I'm saying. So like, that's why I said the new me would not allow me to
Yeah, because
go
I
to.
don't think I would do that either. But
Even though it's not, of course, in our culture, it's not disrespectful to do that. As long as you be like, hey, do you mind if I dance? And you're like, hey, fine.
yeah,
Now,
bro, buy me a drink.
me now is like, no, buddy. Sorry, brother, you gotta get your own.
Nah, bro, there's plenty out there right there. You see that corner?
Be like, hey, go get that fat chick over there, dude. Sorry, my bad.
Fat chick.
But I dance, man. I dance.
It's just been forever too. I think the pandemic just took me out of it too, man. Before the pandemic, I used to go to a Sunday bachata Sunday, which was on Sundays. So I stopped going to the clubs completely.
Damn.
But I started going to like it was from like 4 to 9. So that was like perfect for me because I'm getting old as fuck. And I don't want to be out there.
But I think.
Like I don't want to be out there, man.
It's just because of my wife that I just don't do it. It's different culture. She's American, so she don't do that.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of hard. Like, hey, let's go dancing. It's different with a Latin girl because the Spanish girl's gonna tell you, hey, I want to go dancing.
And they want to dance, and
Correct, they wanna
sometimes
go
they
dance.
get with guys that can't dance, so they'll be like, yeah,
then they're gonna go dance with somebody else
That can dance.
that could dance. But yeah, no. So that's the only reason. As far I think I've been so out of it. But no, I think I need to. I'm probably gonna start like. I need to go and get back to my roots.
Same, man. I want to go dancing soon, man, but it's so hard to find a place.
Because even like when I listen to bachata, it's so different. Even though I heard that the tightest joint is between what's it called? I forgot the name of the song. Romeo's song with Anthony Santo.
I like El Torito, Hector,
What's it called?
and then I like Bachata Heights.
Bachata Heights.
Yeah, El Barón. There's like a couple. I like the old school bachata, dude. Like the new one.
Oh, that's me.
I couldn't get into Prince Royce. Like,
There's
Prince
been a
Royce was
couple.
like, what? No.
I guess because towards the I don't want to say the end of my New York career, but while I was still in New York, towards the end of me living over there, that started popping. So not only that, my dad would send me, I'd be like, hey, what's hot now? Because like I said, I'm so out of it.
Yeah. Like
I remember going to DR and hearing stuff, even reverse. Like let's say the new like hip hop song they'll play over there was like old as shit, like half a year. I'm like, yo, that shit old as shit, And then in reverse too, where some Spanish song was in a hit. Then I go back to New York. And months later, now all of a sudden it's a hit. I'm like, man, that shit old stuff, man. They were playing that in DR,
Hell yeah. Like I'm like,
But man, that joke, oh man.
I just to me, bachata's my favorite one, man. I would dance bachata all night if I could. I used to go to that bachata Sunday, like I said, just to dance that shit.
What is that thing called?
And then what I like about there being that what you don't like is like you could just because you knew you were there to dance, and then if you go up to somebody, they're gonna dance. You see what I'm saying? Because that's the whole purpose.
It's to dance.
Unlike you go to the clubs now and you try to be like, nah, I want to dance with you, or nah, I came here just to stand just with girls, and I'm not gonna dance.
So
and
I
I'm
told
like,
you
what the hell? Why you at the club, man?
So my son was telling me about his prom. So I'm like, so did you dance? I was like, was anybody dancing? Oh, the girls was dancing. I'm like, that's it? Like, you didn't ask any of the girls to dance? Nah, nobody was dancing. I'm like, yo, what the?
Yeah,
like, what kind of music were
I
they
danced
playing?
my ass off in prom.
Oh, I did too. No,
I remember
definitely did.
I went on I had 2 dates for prom. I went to different proms too. Like it was so like
Oh, I didn't.
I went to mine, then I got invited to another one. Like I went to different schools. Nah, proms used to be the shit, man. Even though I don't.
Oh, that's what it's
you know what?
called.
I never know how to dance that
Sorry.
music though.
But that's what it's called. Debate de cuatro.
Okay.
You heard that
I
one?
don't think I have.
Oh man, that's like that made me miss bachata so bad. So he had
I
all
might have to listen to
he
that.
had all the greats on it. Yeah.
Oh, that's a mix.
No, it's not a mix.
Or is that an artist?
So Romeo Santos has them all
Oh.
together, and the way they do is telling a story like, yo, who you want to be with, basically. And they all do their own style. Like, man, I feel like dancing. But when I heard that stuff, I'm like, man, I need somebody to dance with. You know, got the like, ooh, but the Dominican out of me was coming out. You know, because it was just, it's a classic, man. It's really good. And I was like, man, this is what I miss. It's like I need to go back to my roots in the sense of everything, not only Spanish music, everything, whether it's hip hop, everything is just like, I don't know, I feel like I've been so bottled up or so hidden or shelved that I'm like, man, I need.
Yeah, but that's what happens when you get in a
When you get it.
relationship too. Like that's
Well,
out of your
yeah,
culture.
you know what? You're right. That's
It's like friendships too. Like when you get in a relationship. Oh,
mic drop. Oh,
like you getting too excited.
gummit. Mic drop.
We're having technical difficulties.
No more drinks for me. I stepped on the court. That's what it was.
Straight water.
No more drinks.
Yeah.
Party's over.
Yeah, but I think that's what happens, man. Like sometimes you get in a relationship, you just get out of culture for a lot of things. You know, you stop doing certain things, and like me, I remember I stopped going to the club a long time ago. It wasn't even because of relationships. It was just like to avoid certain, I guess, situations and shit.
But at the beginning of my relationship, that's all we did. We used to go to club
Because
all
that's
the
how
time.
you meet, too. Sometimes that's how
Yeah.
you meet at the club.
No, but we didn't. What I'm saying is we didn't meet at the club.
but you would still go.
Like, yeah, cause like I DJ'd, so she'd be there and she watched me DJ, and then we would go like to different clubs. Whether we did the Spanish thing, we did like, I guess you could say we were young, you know. And then when clubs started changing, where you could, you know, I remember going downtown. I forgot what the name of that club. You couldn't even sit down. Like they wouldn't even
Is
let
it
you
Spanish?
sit down. Nah, it was a hip hop club. You couldn't even sit down.
You talking about Shaco Bottom?
It was down in Shaka Bottom. They wouldn't even let you sit down. I was like, man, this is some bull crap, you know. But now the scene changed, you know, and I don't know if it was the crunk era when, you know, Knuck in Your Butt came out and people were just throwing bows. If
Knuck in
that
your
was the
butt.
beginning of it. But nah, it's just
No, I couldn't go downtown, bro. Cause yeah, that shit would have happened. Like I said, my temper was something else. Like I'm like, nah, bro.
yeah. Not only that, hey, the dudes were getting very disrespectful.
Yeah.
I remember dating I was dating a girl and we went down Shackle Bottom and it was about like 3 or 4 dudes and yo, they were trying to snatch it right in front of me. I'm like, yo, what the hell? You got a
Yo.
problem, little man?
Yeah, I got a problem, bro. I got
Man.
a problem we can solve. Yeah, that shit happens, man. I don't think that ever happened to me, but I could see that shit. I'll be, what the fuck? And see, that was at the time, too, that I was carrying. That's what I'm saying. I got to the point where I had to stop carrying my gun, too, because it was getting to that point. Like, I had to take it out. I'm like, and then in my head, I'm like, if I take it out, I got to use it. And no. So I just started.
To me, if I know I got to go to a place, if I need a gun, I'm not
I
going.
I shouldn't be at that place.
Yeah, I'm not going to be there. If I got to take protection, then no need to even go there.
That's what I'm saying.
not gonna put
I
myself
guess
in that position.
Yeah, you get to a point where you start realizing, I'm like, I don't need to be doing this shit.
Yeah,
If I need to think the way that I'm thinking, what am I doing there? You know? Y como dice tu abuelita, nada bueno pasa después de las 12.
Después de las 12, yeah.
Entonces, cabrón, ¿qué tú estás haciendo ahí?
Buscando problema. Yeah, if you don't find it, they're going to find you. Who going to find each other first?
Problems.
Yeah,
Shit. Nah, like I'm like now. That's what I'm saying. Now, like that's why I started looking for like I want to like bachata Sunday like from 4 to 5, from 4 to 9 on a Sunday.
But you know what's crazy? You were talking about R&B. You know there's like R&B clubs out there.
That does that time frame.
Yeah.
I gotta find those too.
Yeah, not only that, even with the new ones, because the thing about it is like, of course, the radios, they don't play good R&B like that. Now they might be, if you're on satellite radio, you might find a station or two.
I might have to get satellite radio because I don't listen to no radio. I think that's why I'm so out of touch with music too, because I literally just put on my iTunes and then whatever's on my, I have like I just go to songs and play shuffle. So I'm like it goes from every single genre that I got there. I never played the radio.
You know what's my new genre now? Well, it's been for a while. I can't say now, but Afro beats.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Like Afro.
I literally just downloaded one like in Spanish.
It's just because the whole melody. The only thing is that I just hope, because you haven't heard it in a while. I just hope that Afrobeat don't kill reggae. Because
I mean, reggae's kind of been dead. Do they really play that anymore? I haven't heard reggae.
oh, I'm still into reggae.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like in general, like I don't.
It's just because it's not played. They don't play it no more. So that's kind of like
And
kind of like what
Afrobeats,
happened with.
You can hear that everywhere.
Yeah, so they playing a lot. What's that one? That one that I guess they have on the remix. Selena Gomez on it.
Pon the Ripple.
No, the Afrobeat that they play a lot. It's always on. Anytime they play on the radio, they always playing that same song.
Yeah, I can't. No.
I keep thinking of this one that I currently listen to right now. That's why I can't think of that song.
I
But
hate
not-
when that happens, man. Sometimes you're like you put yourself in a spot mentally, and you're
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? I can't remember this shit.
Well, I always say cocaine's a hell of a drug.
I've never done it.
I do not do cocaine.
I
just
do
in
not
case.
do cocaine.
It's a joke. I don't mess with the coke.
In that
talking about-
producer, man.
Talking about coke, man. Coke boys. Oh man, I used to love the beats. La música de Harry Ford.
La música de Harry Ford. I love
Yo.
that shit. You remember that one song
Which one?
for the mixtape we did? Yerba Mala.
Yerba Mala. Oh yeah.
That was the first one we did. I think that was the intro.
Yeah.
Harry Ford.
Yeah.
La música. Is he Spanish? Or he just got a Spanish girl to say that?
I think he is. I never pay attention.
I figured he was because he got the girl to say that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, okay, yeah, he has to be Spanish.
Yeah.
But his name is English.
You think I would know being a producer, but like when it comes to I don't know, when it comes to friends, I don't mind. But when it comes to like certain ones, I'm not. When it comes to like famous producer, I'm not. If it ain't the top tier, when I say top tier, like I call them the Swiss Beats, Timbaland, Pharrell, Dr. Dre, like those to me are the pillars of producers. Now, don't get me wrong, DJ Premier, like there's others out there, classic that
DJ Clue.
that I love, but I don't know, like these new DJs, and I'm not saying I don't know if he actually produced, like DJ Khaled, if he's a producer, or he just
DJ Khaled don't fucking make no beats.
he knows how to pick the right beats. He's
They're like Diddy's.
like who?
P. Diddy's.
P Diddy's.
They just put the shit together.
Yeah, that great at putting. Man, he does a good job.
Great
at it,
AR,
though.
but
yeah, and bringing
can't make a
people
fucking
together,
beat.
Yeah, but as far as beat
It's like
making,
it's the Spanish too. DJ Luyan don't fucking make beats at all. He's the one that like supposedly discovered Bad Bunny, but and then Bad Bunny was like, I made all those fucking beats. We just put his fucking tag in there.
Yeah.
He doesn't even fucking DJ, but his name is DJ Luyan. Get the fuck out of here. I'm like, I would have been mad too. And then he didn't want to let him go. Like I'm like, nah. He's the one that made him. He's like he didn't want to make a lot of them singles, but
yeah,
So it's like sometimes certain producers fuck you over too. Like, nah, bro. Like,
yeah. But like the other producers, like I don't know, like I don't be like trying to get to know unless they got a certain style. There's certain producers like, man, this dude, I love their style. But yeah, I don't follow producers like that. So now, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I like Harry Ford, his like the type of beat that he makes, because it's like kind of like edgy, crunky. It's almost like
It's
I
a
feel
mixture.
like Yeah, it almost got that New York feel to it, you know, because everything you hear now
But
is
with
just
a little bit of south.
South, yeah. But everything you hear now is just South, 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 which is, you know, I love the beats that come out because it's punchy, it's everything, but it's like, man, can we do something different? Why everybody got it? It reminds me of the old reggae mixtape. If you remember when mixtapes started coming out,
I understand why you like 50-50 now.
because it's different. Like it is. It's different. Like, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's just like the whole. You know, it's not the average. You know, it's not what you're hearing now.
No.
You know, like when an artist was like, "Hey, can you make me a trap beat or this beat?" I'm like,
I don't
like,
do those, bro.
why you want to sound like what you're hearing now? You know, but.
Yeah, because that's been my style too. I don't go with what the fuck ever's. Like I go with
But
whatever
you're
puts me.
great with old school boom bap. Like
That's my.
you're great because people ask me like, hey, why haven't y'all made a album together? I was like, well, my style, like we got songs together, like you know, with my beats. But the thing about it is that it's not your style. Like, yeah, you could do it, but when it comes to that boom bap, you come hard, and it's
Yeah.
like, yo, like you have, like I can't do that to you, like no, like man, you come hard, you know.
I feel like that's always been my strongest one. Because I fucking like boom bap is just.
Yeah, you just come hard, like nah, it's like
It's just
hey.
I feel those beats, man.
And I could and like when I hear a certain beat, I'm like, man, you be great in this, like I'm like, man, then
Because like you say, 50-50, right? Not my style at all.
correct, It's
But
not. But and you did an awesome job. I'm like, man, that's why I told you. I was like, man, we could do a 50-50. You know, trying to because it was very creative from the one joint that you said as a sample for which was the last mixtape? No, it wasn't for. I didn't use it for
you used the intro from 50-50. You should use the song from 50-50 for the intro to the new album we did. They thought I quit rap.
I thought it was for the other one, the last one we did.
Nah, you did it.
For therapy. That was the last one we did.
Yeah.
But it wasn't for therapy.
But it wasn't for you did it for They Thought I Quit Rap.
Correct.
You used the intro.
Yeah. Where it played I was like cuz I was like amazed when I heard that, and not only that, it was like different, but it was good. I was like, oh shit. I was like, man, I could fuck with this. Like we could do this. That's I was looking forward to. I'm like, hey, 50-50. Or even try to do a track kind of like a hip hop track, like with a female. Remember I told you I was like, man, we could really make this happen. We could find a female too.
Yeah, that's the hard part, man.
You know.
And they try to get Anthony to do a hook too.
Yeah. So I thought about that. And I was like, man, like with Anthony, and when I spoke to him, I was like, man, I got an idea to try to bring a different style of Spanish music.
Yep.
Like, and I don't want to say too much shit because I don't want to let somebody else and be like, man, you know what? I should do that
now,
and
bitch.
beat me to it.
Where
But
this shit is
like I had the
copyrighted,
idea,
man.
and he was down, but we just never linked up.
It's just hard. He's such a creative artist too. It's hard.
And now he's started.
He's so
his,
into it too.
He's into it now.
Like,
so
cause he's doing great, man. Like I said, I'm about to go do his show too.
Yeah.
Like I do most of his like film and production in the background now. Like I'm his too, you know.
Yeah.
He likes my style, the way I film. So he's always calling me for that.
yeah, no. Hopefully I ain't got drill. I'm gonna check. Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully you don't, cause then we can do some. Cause I'm taking the mic there too.
Nah,
Because basically what I'm gonna do, he wants me to like I don't know if I should say this online.
Well, if you don't want to, we can talk about
Yeah,
it
we'll talk about
behind
it
the scenes.
online. But yeah, because I don't want to like
Yeah, no, put his business out there.
Yeah, we don't
Then
know.
his manager gonna get mad.
Like yeah. So,
but we're gonna leave it at that.
but not great artist, man. He does bachata and like he's one of my favorite artists now.
Yeah, now he really got skills.
But he came up listening to Solution, which is another local group. I like them. I'm surprised they haven't like really, because they're kind of old school too. But You know, you gotta branch out sometimes.
Yeah. But to do that crossover, it's like
It's
and that's
hard.
and that's all. It's like
Because that's the hard part for me. Like I know I can do it, but then I'm like, I feel like
it's just finding that style, that wordplay. You know, basically finding how you're going to write in cursive
and
through that.
simplifying my
Yeah.
my shit. Like I feel like I have to simplify my shit. That's the hardest part for me is trying to simplify it. Because my shit is too like the way I write is complex and it has so many like I like fucking doing lyricist shit, right? I like doing entendres, like metaphors, similes, you know. But then like when it comes to doing that type, it's like you gotta simplify it, kind of like Biggie,
Yeah.
you know. Cause that's the thing I like about Biggie, like the way he does it. But he never tried to be like a
Correct.
lyricist. He would just tell a story
Yeah.
and the way it came out, it was so like organically, naturally. So, and then I think for me that's the hardest because I know I can do it, but then I'm like, and then I want to do more, because just like you see those songs that I don't finish, but like I hop into it and I'm like, fuck, and then sometimes I don't even do a hook, I just keep rapping, because I'm just like good at fucking rapping, but like sometimes you gotta do a hook to make a song pop too.
No, you don't look at. I want to say T Grizzly proved that you don't need one. To do
Yeah.
it. Like
'Cause they just be
first.
fucking
What was the
rapping.
first day out? Is that what it's called?
But that's that
Man.
Detroit style.
Yeah, but still, that thing was tight. Like it was just tight.
I think what's that one? Young Ma,
Young M.A.?
She does that shit
Man.
too.
Well, I like her style. I like her style.
But it's like a hook, but not a hook. And then she just raps with it,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh yeah, it works.
Yeah. You know, I also listened to when I was looking for your page on YouTube. I saw the old, and I guess it's under R. Sardisky, so that means my boy posted it when we recorded you in the studio.
Oh yeah, the old footage.
That verse just what was that song called? Damn. But I don't think that was the first song we ever recorded together, but one of the first. I think it was like the second or third because it was Swerve. I think Swerve on.
Let me get my swerve on.
Swerve on was the first one, which is crazy because to this day, like one of
I
my
know you're
titles
talking about-
remix.
I know you're talking about
Yeah,
the one that
uh,
says, "I'm not a gangster, I'm just a bad."
No,
boy."
that one I wish we would have finished. That one I told you that one motivated me to write. To this day, I use those
That one,
lyrics.
I'm not a
the lyrics that I
gangster,
wrote
I'm just a
for
bad boy.
I use it for I use it for when I try to come up with a melody. I use those lyrics that I wrote for that track, and I just didn't like my voice. That's why I know pushed it out. But I used those lyrics.
Man, you just gotta do it. I didn't like my voice either. People tell me my shit sounds different now too.
Yeah,
Even when I talk, like I feel like my voice has changed a lot.
I feel like I'm lazy, like you know.
I think it just depends too. Like I know one of the mixtapes. I was like fucking like
Yeah.
under the influence. So you know, it sounds so different now that I hear. It. I'm like, but I like what the fuck I was doing. It's like certain situations and certain, I guess, aspects and influences.
But the song that I was thinking is the one you said. Imagine what could it be? You and me.
Imagine what could it? I forget. Do I
Ain't your
have?
problem. Just bounce,
I
baby.
wonder if I still have those lyrics,
Do,
man.
do, do,
I
do,
probably
do.
have it in paper or something.
That was like so tight. I was like, man, and we didn't never. I don't think we even finished it.
Guess what? We got it. Imagine what would it be if people focus on their own. Oh, if people focus on their own shit instead of me.
Instead of me,
Apparently, they can't do that. They try to wrap around my head just like a do-rag and stress me out to the point I can't take it anymore. I blow up and curse the whole world. Imagine that, but I'm attacking back. So, baby girl, at this point, I ain't going back. So you can pack your bags and just step like an acrobat. That was the old
it.
shit. Yeah, that's the one,
there it
right?
is.
Ain't your problem, so bounce, baby, just bounce.
Let me see if I fast forward.
Yeah, because that was the hook. I was trying to do the hook right now.
Here we go. And I was watching. I was like,
God damn.
look how young you were.
That's all that baggy clothes. You see that shit? That was like a big ass jacket. That was during the winter time too, right?
Yeah. Just let it go. We never did anything with that track, like anything.
What would it be? Shit, instead of me, my head just like a do-rag anymore. Yeah, that's like
That was like-
fucking. How old? That's like that. That's a lot of years now.
This says 12 years ago, right here.
12 years ago.
And that's when this was posted, so it probably was earlier than this.
Probably 13.
Yeah, 12 years ago. So that's how old that joint is. But yeah, now man, we had so many songs that we didn't even push out, you know. But the Bad Boy is the one that I was like, man, we should
Not a
have finished that
gangster.
joint.
Do
It
I
was
even- do I
so
have that?
hard. It was
I have
so
that, too.
hard.
Cause I try
then-
to transfer everything on like paper from paper to
Yeah.
notes now. I'm not a gangster. I'm just a bad boy. No, I don't think I wrote that.
And I remember I remixed. I ended up remixing that track, and that's how I wrote those. I guess you could say my first bars.
For that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. You
My first
recorded it,
bar.
right?
I recorded it and everything. To this day, I recycle those lyrics. And the crazy thing is that I didn't finish the end of it. That's another reason why
You didn't put it up?
I didn't put it out. But man, I was like, man, this got to come out.
Yeah, we can try
I'm just a
something with that.
bad boy. I'm not a gangster.
I'm just a bad boy. This is what bad boys do. I think that's what the last line.
Yeah.
And this is what bad boys do. I
Oh,
forgot the verse. I know I wrote a verse for it, right?
Yeah, I want to say that I sent it to myself. So let me see. I want to say I sent it to myself. Sorry about
You
that.
got the 50/50 album, right? I gotta upload
Mm-hmm.
that again.
Yeah, I got the whole album. I downloaded it
Files, right?
to my desktop. I had to, man. I told you that was my.
Yeah, I gotta re-upload. I'm gonna upload it on YouTube because, like I said, SoundCloud it's not for me
I don't know if
anymore.
I had it separate or together.
Because they keep deleting this shit, man. You gotta pay annually just to keep it up there. I'm like, I don't even be on that shit no more.
You know what? It's funny you say that because
You're still paying for some shit.
no, I do. Damn, look how old this Joan is.
Yeah.
Jesus. Oh, I think I have the
I'm not a gangster.
Oh, these are the old
Covers.
covers that I did. Damn, that Joan is old as shit. That's when I first started too. Let me see this pop up. Babel. Oh shit, I do.
Yeah.
Damn, I was looking for these.
That's on your iPhone?
I hope this is not
That's
the
an
remix.
iPhone?
Huh?
That's an iPhone?
Yeah. I
What,
think it's
what
11.
file is that? Is that VLC?
The what?
Is that VLC or email?
Email.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, I was like, damn.
Hopefully this is not the remix.
Oh, I love that beat.
Like it was the hardest joke.
Damn.
This keep production fine, man.
I said that a day. See, I was saying,
I'm not a gangster.
I'm just a bad boy. I'm not a gangster. I'm just a bad boy. I'm not a gangster.
I'm just a bad boy.
That's what bad boys do.
I'm not a
Yo.
I'm just a bad boy. I'm not a gangster.
Like this gotta get finished.
I'm not a gangster. I'm just a bad boy.
I do what bad boys do. Okay.
Bring it back. Let me tell you
How it started.
From an early age, I was already robbing. Didn't know better, like a kid that just farted. Learn to be caring, but get cold-hearted. Practically racing the streets
Without a reason.
Mother left the country and father just misleading. From learning poetry and sent house to house thieving. Yes, I know it, you don't have to believe it. I put it on my mom and even on my future children. Only God knows why I am not
They're not here yet.
Steady walking on the path of destruction. Petty be the girls that have no
Seduction.
titties and that ass is not enough
To seduce me.
I'm just trying to kick it in, work it like
Bruce Lee.
Statistically minded, every girl that I'm boosting for the streets, I'm Chewbacca, but for them,
I'm Snoopy.
gangsta.
Yeah.
But I'm not a gangster.
I'm just a bad boy. I'm not a gangster. I'm just a bad boy. I do what bad boys do.
I'm not a gangster. I'm just a bad boy. I'm not a gangster.
This shit turned into a reaction video.
Man, it did, right? Because it's classic. I'm telling you, this is. I regret not putting it. Then I like this part right here.
Putting it up.
Don't know just who I could be.
So just
Let it go, go, go.
Oh no.
Yeah, see, that does give me 50-50 vibes.
Yeah.
That's exactly what the fuck I was doing 50-50.
That's why I came in right there at that part.
And what made
was
it that
my
way
line.
was Alex, because Alex was
Yeah.
the one. Because I was like, you want an album with me? Because he always like, let's do an album together. I was like, all right, fuck it. But you bring the beats, man. I'm like doing so much work. I was doing so
Yeah.
many mixtapes. I think I did 3 mixtapes in 1 year. So I was like fucking every
Yeah,
day.
you were out of
I was
it.
fucking staying at the studio till like 1 or 2 at night. So one time I was like, all right, bro, just bring beats.
Yeah.
Let me see what you got. Okay, I think he had like 3 songs already, but he only had like either a verse. And I think for one of them he had a hook. And then I was like, all right, let me do what I do. And then like I think I did them like in two or 3 days, I believe. And then I was like, yeah.
I think I might have it here in file. If I'm mistaken, I want to say I have it. This telepathy. A whole bunch of beats.
That 50-50.
There's therapy.
I'm not a gangster. That shit gonna be stuck in my head now.
Man, that
I'm not a
shit is classic.
gangster. I'm just a
Oh, there's the whatchamacallit, convoluted. Oh, this is the
convoluted. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the.
Canary
They thought I
Tune.
quit rap.
yeah.
Canary. Yeah, they thought I quit.
Oh yeah, this is. Oh man, I think I downloaded it twice on my phone. I thought I had it here. I guess I don't, but I know I have it on my computer. That thing is right on the screensaver.
Yeah, I'm gonna re-upload that on YouTube.
Yeah.
I miss that shit too. I can't even play it myself. Like I still got it saved, but.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. We gotta do something like 50-50.
Oh yeah. Well now.
I know, I guess-
Well now you got more time. Shit. We got the studio
Yeah.
here, so
Yeah. I guess instead of calling it 50-50, call it a quarter.
call it a.
Oh, do that quarter.
25 cents.
That quarter went from 50-50
I
to
don't
a
think. I
quarter.
don't know if he's into it anymore either.
Yeah.
I don't think he is.
Never know.
I mean, he still got his shit, but like, I don't think he writes anymore.
Yeah.
I'll ask him. I was supposed to go to the movies with him this week.
Yeah. He could do a hook.
That's what I'm saying. I'll ask him, like, yo, you still.
Yeah, you want to do that
Look,
50-50?
Danny says he wants to hear you on the
On that
50-50 volume 2. Yeah, man. But like I
But you
said,
said the chances was 50-50 that you were doing that 50-50.
yep.
Oh, I wrote that line right there.
Where did I put that on there?
That was on, I think it was at the Thought I Quit Rap.
Yeah, I said Danny like that 50-50.
50-50. I think it was on the
But the
Drake
chances of doing another
was
one is
50-50. I think it was on the Drake beat.
Yeah.
I think it was on the Drake beat.
Yeah, I remember I kind of like the line. Danny wanted a 50-50.
But a chance of 50-50. Oh, was it on, you know what? I think it was on one of the single songs that you did that I could never find. You know, I should have downloaded that bitch.
Yeah, you could
I
never
could
find it.
never find that one track that you did that you turned into a song, the Drip. But that was not on Drip. But Drip is one of those songs that I always look for and I could never find it.
Yes, this one. Indeed, last of the dying breed. And if you don't know, then you got to die in peace. Don't get close, though. We let the iron squeeze. We treat this shit like COVID. Don't nobody sneeze. And if you move, I make the heat pump freeze. Double cup of slubs and watch all bleed. I'm the Green Ripper if it involves any type of rap. And there's really no cost unless we talking a heart attack. But really, let me break it down. Engineering now. I'm putting the vocals to another level round. Maybe I'm reminiscing because if you came and looked around in the studio, you'll see a lot of people missing. Maybe I'm the last of a dying breed, a true vision. I wish that we could do another Crooks in the Kitchen, but my boy probably too busy or he keeps forgetting. By the time I get the beats, I'm already finished. Oh, no, I'm already on another mission. And Alex don't even ask me. There's other things. It's not for me to say. It's more for him to explain. Danny wants to hear another 50-50. I tell him, yo, your chances are probably just a 50-50.
Was that on the last Dying Breed, maybe? Last of a Dying Breed?
Yeah, last of a dying breed. Yep, that one. Yeah, I fucked that up.
Yeah.
The song
Yeah.
sounds better. I haven't done that shit in forever, bro.
Let me see
It's
it.
been like more than a year now, right?
Huh?
It's been more than a year or more two.
Yeah, about 2.
2 years, yeah.
There it goes. Dying breed
Vision,
in the
kitchen,
kitchen.
forgetting. By the time he sends the beats, another mission. Don't even ask me. Danny says he wants another 50-50. So probably just a 50-50.
Oh, that was a classic, man. Classic.
That might be a
classic.
tagline we say here, man. Danny wants to hear another 50-50.
But your chances
But your
are
chances are it's probably just another 50-50.
50.
Probably are just 50-50. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to download them, should put it on the tagline, the intro to the podcast.
You know what I haven't heard for a while? I need to listen to Yeremala.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, bro. I need to listen to the heavy fraud ones.
Yeah. And it's crazy because I remember I put beats to the side. We used to do Yeremala too. You know, trying to find like little
Yeah, and I
skits,
got some of them too, but I'm
trying
like,
to do
damn.
some skits and stuff. But yeah, and I got to get back to my creative. Like when it came to this album, I think, of course, that was like the beginning of my mental downfall.
Yeah.
So I felt like no, it wasn't. It was Activo. Oh my God, I feel so, man. I was like, I told my brother, I was like, man,
Oh, when I did the track, Activo?
yeah, the Activo. Like I
The
remember,
last one.
Yeah, when you did it, like, cause you remember you recorded it. Well, no,
Yeah, I
you recorded.
went
You
to-
brought it to my house, and
Yeah.
and I was just not mentally there, and I was like, I feel like I let you down so bad. When I tell you that shit, it hit
Oh,
me.
yeah,
in
when
the
I put it
core.
out, it
It hit me. No, and the thing about it, you put it out there, it was dope. I was like, man, like, and then I listened
what
to
the fuck was I doing?
I listened to what I was working on. I'm like, yo, this shit sound like straight crap. Like when I say it was straight crap, I was like, yo, like no, because you could hear the different. Like an example, you could hear the different quality from even though I was trying to make it sound old school, but from They Thought I Could Rap to Therapy. You know, Therapy, I was like, I felt like, man, I'm getting up there when it comes to
producing.
to producing your track, like, you know, and it was fun doing it because of course it was different. You know, it was not saying that because I love doing your mixtape, but I guess because it had like that little touch of R&B, it was like, oh man, it was love in it. Not that I'm not saying I don't put love into doing it, but you know, not only that, I changed my whole mastering program. I was like, I like this program. Everything was going well, and then of course, mental state just went. Yeah. And then you sent me that, I was like, yeah. And the sad part about it, in that same time frame, and one thing that hurt was that I was working on trying to do a mixtape. Well, it was more like an album, but like a mixtape with you and with some other artists. I was like, man, I think this is going to be.
working multiple.
And I was like, man, I could do this. It's going to work. And then, of course, with everything that was happening to me, it fell apart. And then my boy ended up getting killed. He ended up getting hit by a car. And from there, it just went to crap. And his last track, and once we
You
get off
still
here,
got it.
I'll play it. Like, he elevated his game. And the thing about it, I always thought his brother had the sound for music. I was like, you know, it's kind of like the whole Marlon and Sean thing. Mm-hmm. But in reverse, where I thought his brother was the one that's, you know, he had that voice. Like, yo, this kid's gonna be something. And he elevated his music. I was like, fuck, man, we were supposed to work on the track and stuff like that.
And
but
then shit happens.
yeah, and I feel bad. I'm like, I can't procrastinate when it comes to stuff like that. So that's why I'm like, man, if it's just to say that you did it, just like, you know, I say
That's why I like-
let's do an album, even though you say, hey, look, I got an album. I did an album, you know, like I think we need to, no matter what it take, you know, we have 20 producers on it
Because I
just to
think
do it.
that's how I felt about Activo, right?
Yeah.
So you were going through your shit, I was going through my shit too. Like I was like, I got to put it out. If I don't,
Yeah.
it's never gonna come out. I was like, I gotta finish it. And I forced myself to finish it, and I put it. I was like, yeah. And that was the last one I did actually.
Yeah.
Because then after that, same here. Like my mental just went fucking down. Like I was like, and then I tried. Like I still write and shit, but I just can't. I just couldn't fucking do a song for this to save my life. And I'm like, and then like I would do it, and I'd be like, fuck this shit. Like I would get unmotivated, and then I'll try to get to the studio, but then there's so much shit going on mentally that you're like, man, what the fuck?
Now it was like that for me, and I got to a stage where I was doing different type of beats. So I started making like reggae beats, you know, even though I probably won't do anything with them, you know. And then from there, I remember Puff Daddy came out talking about R&B was dead, and I was like, man, I was motivated.
Yep.
So I did what I called my Usher beat. I did my little, you know, and those are the beats that I put on SoundCloud. You know, I was like, man, and I was really motivated. But the thing about it is, like, I tried writing for it, and I just couldn't think of anything, you know, at all. Oh, remind me to play you. I don't know if I ever played you. I think I did. Did I play you the one, hook that I wrote for Slow Jones?
Nah, you don't.
Remind me to play you after this, cause yeah, I was like, I was motivated.
That shit done.
But they ain't do nothing with it, and I was like, oh man.
That's what happens sometimes, man.
Yeah.
Like you just get like. That's what people don't see or like understand about being an artist, right? Sometimes like shit. Everybody sees the finished product, but they don't see maybe the turmoil, the you know
What it took to
what it took,
yeah.
the details. Like sometimes you go through shit, and sometimes certain shit is because of that too.
Yeah.
So the motivation, like sometimes you don't have the motivation. So it's like it takes so much, and people always see the finished product, but they don't know the fucking details.
Yeah.
That's why I told you, like, I never wanted like to be fucking famous because I know, like, if I wasn't ready then back then, like, if I would have blew up, which I would have happened, but I'm like, nah, because I saw it already. Like, as I'm performing, I'm getting in fucking fights. Like, there's fucking shootings, there's fucking stabbings. People are fucking losing their lives. And
Yeah,
shit.
you heard, look, Migos and
Yeah, look at all this
any
shit.
any of the new rappers now, you know, the drill rappers who are dying.
And I never wanted my life to be out there
Yeah.
every fucking day. I feel like a fucking, like, you know, like, I don't want to say it, but like...
live
like
in a bottle where or in a fish tank where it's just like everyone constantly,
Yeah.
oh, Tupac.
Yeah, I hated that shit because I'm like so introverted and I don't like the attention. Like I hated that shit. So it was getting to a point where it was like I saw my future and I was like, nope. And then I know how that shit gets to you.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't able to control it back then. Imagine that I had my downfall now. Like what the fuck? And without the fucking fame.
Damn.
Without the fame, I still had a downfall and shit. And then like to think about that shit now, it's like fuck. That's why I'm like, nah, I need to like stay away. Because if I would have done I don't even think I'd probably be here. Like to be honest.
That sounds like another therapy track,
Exactly.
right there. Therapy 2, baby.
Yo,
Hey, therapy 2, you see?
For real.
Hey.
Nah, because I got some shit.
Yeah.
I wrote one verse like that, and I was like, I've been waiting to like actually get it to that point because I was like, I was just fucking venting. So like, let me say something. You don't know what happens until you're facing the consequences, and even after that, you got to get back to business. I'm starting back, but the reflection don't like to listen. Fuck Medicaid, and I'm still cooking in the kitchen. Very like it's all ballistics, and now that I'm rapping like this, it's all twisted. It was dry for a minute, but we making bread and threw out the biscuits. They gonna tell you that I missed this ever since I put the distance down at the bottom like this. No, down at the bottom like is this AT&T no limits? They trying to hit like. I've been writing, but I can't find fucking beats. Like I'm trying to find beats, man.
It's trying to find the right one.
And shit like that, like I'll just write shit like that. Like
So it depends if you're trying to put it like that. Don't sound like a therapy. It could be a therapy track, but I'm saying like that means it'll have to be something a little faster than
Nah, I could do it slow too.
Yeah.
That's just like the I guess that's how I wrote it.
yeah.
But you know me, like I'm a chameleon when it comes. Like the way I write, I can fucking like. Cause I switch, like sometimes I'll write it to a beat, but then I know it's not gonna go on that beat. Like I'll hear a beat sometimes, and I'm like, I'll write to it, but then I'll completely change the way, the way I say it, and the way I drop it and shit. So I can always switch it.
I think I could come up with find
a
a
beat
track, a beat that will work for that,
and make it a comeback of Danny and fucking
Therapy
Tupac.
too. I think right now I think that's what's
Is
needed.
it therapy too, or they thought I quit rap?
Yeah,
It could be
Hey,
both too.
whichever.
They
So,
really
you-
thought I quit rap now because it's been.
Well,
when was the last time we dropped? The last one was, I guess mixtape was that one.
Yeah.
And then song was Activo, and that was like almost like a year ago now.
It was. I want to say it was more than a year ago. I wonder if it shows the timeline.
I know therapy was more
timestamp.
than a year, maybe, but I'm talking about.
2021.
Yep.
And that's when I downloaded it in my phone.
2021. We're 23.
2021. Because you remember, you know what? Yes, because you remember, it was supposed to be 2020 because we had a gap. We started talking
We
about
did.
it and recording. Like I want to
There was
say,
a gap because I put.
This-
You'll see this in 2021, but we were recording in 2020.
we started in 2020, and remember we said maybe we should call it maybe 2020, and then I think we recorded maybe 2-3 songs, and then came back and
Yeah,
then
because
did
January
Quit Rap.
came.
Correct.
And then I said I'll drop this in 2021, and then
Yeah, correct.
yeah.
Yeah, but I think either or. So, but for they probably the beat probably because for they thought I quit rap too. Like I started preparing, getting a whole bunch of tracks, and I know I got some idea for some new ones because there's been a lot of type beat that would fit on it. The only issue is that, like you said, trying to find an instrumental is like. I couldn't
It's so
find those
hard now.
instrumentals.
Yeah,
I'm like,
because now it's
man.
like everything sounds the fucking same, man.
Yeah,
I put
trying to find-
instrumentals and like, what the fuck?
No, but they still
They're
people
still
out
there, yeah.
like
Like one of my favorite producers, Yondo, the ones that I did. I don't know if you remember the mixtape. I forget the mixtape that I did, but I did like a lot of his beats, and he doesn't make beats anymore.
yeah.
So I'm like, I can't find like 50-50. I tried to find those producers too. I can't. Like I can't find them anymore either. Like they stopped doing fucking beats.
Yeah.
Their page is still there.
Or they stopped. Yeah, they probably stopped posting. Cause
Yeah,
people
start
taking-
posting there. But they made
Yeah.
out of all the views, they made money. And like Yano, he has fucking millions of views now. So like I hear some of the songs that before they were even there, like some of the songs that I did with the instrumental, now I hear them in like fucking artists.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's probably why. Because at first when I uploaded it, no copyright. Now all of a sudden I'm starting to get copyrights for old songs that I uploaded because somebody bought them.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, 50-50 coming back. 50-50 Volume 2. They thought I quit rap
Rap or therapy.
and therapy.
Hey,
You heard it here first in the podcast, the show
Sound like-
about absolutely everything and nothing. We
Talk
got
about
Danny in the house.
te lo dije.
We're gonna just change the name to Danny the producer.
Danny, producer.
I can't say D-Ski,
Oh, it's fine. Hey, it's fine.
but he's still D-Ski though. You know what I'm saying?
That's the tag at the beginning. You know, I changed it too. Did you
You
notice?
should do like a. Are you gonna do like a girl voice or like the deep one?
For Disky?
Yeah.
I have a deep one already. That was throwback, but that
I don't
one
think
is
I've
connected.
heard it.
That one is connected. Yeah, it used to be.
Because I've heard a girl one, right?
Yeah,
This
the
is a
whisper.
D-Ski production. Like, right?
Yeah, and that's so I changed it. Like even now, if you heard it, like the last beats that I posted, like it's different. So I added my son to it.
Oh.
So that's where you hear the hi.
Oh, yeah.
After,
I think I've heard
that's-
that one. Yeah, we got to do that one day. Make a tag. I need another. And now that we're back in I guess, a better mental state, both of us, it's been years, man. Like, this shit, it's been a long ride, too, just,
Long.
doing music with you. I'm like at least 15 mixtapes in between yours and the ones that I've done. All the ones that I produce and the ones you produce for me, yeah, like 15, almost 15 mixtapes.
Well, we
I
gotta
know
get to
I'm
the
counting
20.
like close to like 400 songs.
We got to get you over the 20.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask my
20,
brother. I'm like,
25,
yo,
let's
I don't
see.
think so, but it never hurts to, now, I mean, we're in a better space too, so I could be like, yo, I don't know if he does music anymore though, because that was his motivation too. And since I stopped, like, I don't think he's done, music. I wonder if he still has it too.
Yeah, well, maybe.
I mean, sometimes you don't. Some shit you don't lose it, man. Like I can't lose it. Like you know me. Once I hear a boom rap, you know,
Yeah, that boom back.
that boom bap rap, like I can't. Like I'm fucking.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you heard Vico C just dropped an album too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You listen to that
Oh,
shit
shoot.
I'm about
And
to
I'm gonna listen my way back.
Yeah, Vico C, Pánico,
Wow.
and he has some of that boom. So I'm gonna see if the instrumentals are available. Maybe we can do that one.
Hey.
Listen to that shit. I think it's one of them that I'm fucking with right now. The beat. I don't even like his song, but the fucking beat. It's like what the fuck? Where is it?
Man, we probably going on 2 hours now.
2 hours. That's what happens though when there's good
Catching
chemistry.
up, yeah.
You heard?
We just catching up.
this
Talking
one,
about nothing.
Blam blam.
Blam, blam.
Listen to that beat, man. That shit and bleep bleep. That shit go hard. I was like, that shit. Those
Is that like Coy Leray? Blick, blick.
nah.
Push,
You listen to her?
Yeah,
I haven't heard that one. I've heard of her, but I've never listened to her music.
Yeah, she's the one that sings Twin and Them. She's Benzino's daughter.
I know who she is. I just haven't heard her music.
Oh yeah, they play. Yeah, I listen. I like her style. It's different. So I like a style. I think she might be using autotune, but
She definitely using autotune. They all use
I like her
autotunes now.
style. I like her style. You know,
Yeah,
I'm not too fond of Spice Ice, whatever she called.
yeah.
Ice Spice.
I hate the way she fucking raps.
It's just.
I'm sorry, nope.
It's just that what they call it, that drill music.
I can't get into it. Like it's like fucking Blueface. I will never get into that shit. Like I'm sorry.
I like Megan Thee Stallion. Like I like her style.
Yeah, I like some of her songs. Lotto.
Lotto, yeah, I like Lotto too.
Yeah, I like Lotto.
It's different.
There was
And
another
she could
one.
rap too. She could rap.
I like in Spanish. You ever heard Farina? Yeah, she good too.
Actually, I did. Yes, I did.
Yeah, listen to her.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, she's like rap, but dembow kind of sort of
Yeah.
mixture between both. I like her. And then she started like in like battle rap in Spanish. So yeah, you got to start listening to Spanish music too, man.
No, I got to get back into
back
it.
into your
Maybe
culture.
that's what we should do. Hey, just hang
tú
out a little
sabes.
bit. Just
Dale.
listen.
Vamos a escuchar música en español más y vamos a hablar más en español.
Está bien, ¿no? Ya tú sabes, coño.
Yo,
El dominicano.
I don't even know what to say for it. I'm the man without no country and no accent. I don't have no country or no accent. Like I feel like
Yes,
I'm
you do.
lost. I'm in limbo when it comes to that shit.
No, you got accent.
What do you think? What?
Yes, you do.
Like a Spanish accent?
You do.
But
It's
can you
just 'cause
narrow it?
don't-
But
don't
can you
talk
narrow
Spanish.
it down though?
If you keep talking, you will.
No,
Yeah,
you can't.
will.
That's what I'm saying. If you don't know, nobody can ever tell me where I'm from. Like if they don't know me, I don't think they can tell where my accent comes from.
Maybe.
Like you, because you know me, though.
Yeah.
But like when I meet new people, they don't know where I'm from. They can't even tell me. Like I'm like, where you think I'm from? Like,
El Salvador.
El Salvador. No,
El
I'm
Salvador.
not from El Salvador or Mexico, where everybody.
You know,
wants.
it ain't from no Honduras. You too light skinned for that.
Oh hell yeah!
They darker than you.
Dark complexion. I used to be dark. When I go outside, I get darker.
That's me.
Yeah, I'm light now, man. Fuck, I gotta go out there more. I'm trying to hit
Put
the
grass
pool.
or something.
I got a pool, man. Come through.
You got a pool?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
So
know.
whenever you trying, you know what I'm saying? Come through the pool.
Like pool table or swimming pool?
No, swimming pool.
Oh, that's what I thought.
He's like, okay.
Yeah, you know, hey.
Do you swim, bro?
I swim.
Yeah, there you
I'm
go.
a fish.
Yeah, I mean, you're Spanish. We swim, right?
I'm a
Shit.
fish.
Yeah, I'm a fish too. Sometimes. Nah, I'm a shark. Look, damn, I'm a shark. Yeah. But anyways, yo, we gotta wrap this shit up. If not, we're
Yeah.
never gonna fucking stop.
Nope,
man.
we ain't gonna stop, but we gotta throw it up. My
Danny,
phone
the
going off, too.
producer, in the building. Boom, 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 boom.
Ya tú sabes, ya tú sabes.
Yeah, he's the new co-host, as you can see. Yeah, we didn't fucking plan this matching shit.
Nope, we gonna get it right.
Before we finish though, who's that on your shirt?
Hustling definite. Supporting my boy right here.
You want to get up?
If you're
wanna
gonna
stand
hustle,
up?
If you're gonna hustle, you hustle and definite, baby.
Yeah.
Support the brand.
Yo, if you don't know this, Danny's old school. I mean, just check out the do-rag, man. Fucking styling.
wait.
He's
Hey,
styling on them.
Hey, I don't want to make people sick. I don't want to take off show.
What? You got waves?
I always
Yeah, he does. He got waves.
always
I can
do.
attest to that.
That's why I wear a do rag. It's not for curls. So.
Yeah, I have straight hair. Fuck that. You see my hair? I don't need to tell you that shit. But yeah, I'm representing right here. If you see that, that's yeah, photography.
Okay,
Oh, how did you say? What did you say?
I'm just saying.
Oh, it's-
So now, hey,
I don't think I
How
gotta
you
ask
pronounce
her.
it?
But she's gonna fucking hate me. But I don't think I know how to pronounce. I think it's Sanye.
Sonya, I don't see the nye. Oh wait,
It's the accent,
I
right?
see a little.
The accent?
Hey, maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, Sanye. If I'm saying that incorrectly, hey, send me a DM and correct
Sanye.
me with a
Well, I don't
pronunciation.
want to disrespect the brand, so I ain't.
Yeah,
gonna
but representing the brand, yo, check it out. She got them for sale. Great hats. This is not a paid ad, but
Yeah.
I like to promote local talent, and she's she's a good photographer. We met in Hawaii, so we actually linked up, and she was like starting to get into photography, and then I was like, yeah, I do photography too, and then like,
And of course, this is from a friend of both of ours, if you remember T.
yep.
Also indefinite, support the brand.
Support the brands, man.
Yep,
If
yep.
you got a brand out there, yo, send me the link. I'll buy some shit. I like buying brand. I don't like fucking promoting like how do you say that? The regular brands. Wow, fucking.
I guess strangers.
Nah, like
No, I know what you're talking about.
like
the-
chain store companies. Like fuck that. I'm not promoting them. I want to promote people that are
But you
coming up.
do.
Where?
But you ain't gonna promote it. You gonna rock it.
Oh, I'm
gonna
a rock.
promote
No, actually, I don't rock brand anymore.
it. Name brand. You don't. That's
I
what you talking about.
don't.
Name brand.
Nah, I mean Eddie Bauer. A lot of people don't know that.
They do. Eddie Bauer. Eddie Bauer is name brand. It's just people don't rock it. It's kind of like remember Pele and
Really? I don't. Yeah, because I don't see people.
Paco. Remember Paco jeans? The
Paco jeans. Yeah, but me, I'm Eddie Bauer all day. Like most of my outfits, Eddie Bauer.
Shit, me, I've been cheap.
What you
Walmart.
rocking?
Rocking that Walmart.
Yeah, but they got brands though.
Yeah,
It's not
that
Walmart.
brand. That
Well, Eddie
Levi's,
Bauer is
that-
fucking. It's what's it called? Sam's Club.
Wrangler.
Isn't Sam's Club part of fucking Walmart? Right? Is there wholesale?
Yeah.
But they get Eddie. I don't know, man. I fuck with Eddie Bauer. Like I think I finally got to that fucking stage of life, like where you want everything. Where you buy your clothes where you shop. It makes it so easier because I don't go to the fucking mall anymore. Like when the fuck I haven't been to JC Penney, Dillard's. What's the other one?
Macy's,
Sears. You remember Sears? I think they closed down.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where I
Dillard's
used to go
closed down,
shop.
too.
Yeah.
Yep.
So when I go to Sam's Club, I just go to. They got like a couple aisles of clothes. I'm like, fuck it. They work out for me. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not into that.
But yeah, we promote local artists.
Yeah.
Local.
Send me your link. I'll buy your shit. I'll rock it here. I'd rather rock your shit. Like I said, Sanye.
Local brand, baby.
Photography.
Support
If you
the
need any
brand.
photo shoots, I don't know what state she is right now. I should know, but I don't. But she has an Instagram, Sanye Photography. Yeah, I love the hat. Got this shit right here. I rock this shit everywhere. Just didn't have a time to promote it. But yeah, yo, they got linen. It's linen inside.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, so if you sweat a lot, I do. If you sweat a lot, that shit works out for you. But yeah, I rock this shit everywhere now. I stopped rocking fitted hats like that, but
I'm assuming this is probably gonna be a 3-part podcast.
I think I'm gonna do the whole shit. I'm gonna see how long it is. I don't know how long this shit
long.
is.
This
Yeah.
we've been going on. It's
If you
10
got
o'clock,
do-rags,
right?
if you got do-rags, send them to my boy. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
hell
Get
yeah.
more
If
waves.
you got a do-rag brand, hey, I'll rock it.
And this glasses, I'm not even gonna tell you what brand there is because I don't want you to have this glasses. This is the cool kids glasses. Again, we didn't decide to match. He just came with red because Taurus, we like red for some fucking
Yeah.
reason. That's your favorite color,
You
isn't it?
can't see red.
Right?
No, actually, my favorite color. That's my son's favorite color. My favorite color is purple. Yeah, purple.
Yeah, that's a first. I've never heard
Purple. Right, yeah, it's purple.
purple. You got any purple shirts?
I actually do.
Do you
I
wear
don't,
purple?
I don't
Like,
rock
how do you like
that.
purple though? Like,
It's just
just visually, or you actually wear
yeah,
that
no,
shit?
like it's well visual. I don't wear purple like that.
That's what I'm
used
saying.
to with cross colors. Back in early 90s, you know.
Like
but
my favorite color is red. I love red, wearing red.
No, so
I don't
I
think it's the
like-
color for me because they tell me blue is my color. Like if I wear blue, people like, you know, but red is like,
wearing white. I don't know. I like red now.
I'm neutral. I'm a neutral color person. Like I do red, solid black, solid blue, solid white, solid gray. That's our mic to go.
Okay. Well, we should talk about this on the next one.
Oh, hell yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm
we
done.
keep closing
Cause I
out, we
fucking-
keep bringing
Anyways.
it back. We keep bringing it back. They were like,
Yes.
man, cut
Yeah.
it.
Cut it. This is the show about absolutely everything and nothing. I am your host, Kune Shifuku, a.k.a. Chupaco, a.k.a. so many fucking names. Here along with Danny the producer,
Used to be known Disky. He took that name away from me, so Danny the producer.
Danny the cool kid, Danny with the do-rag.
Ya tú sabes, el dominicano, coño, vamos, dale pa'lante.
We out.
We out.